Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first presidential D&D campaign movie, a supercut of the previous 9 episodes. This does include the intros and outros to each of the episodes, which will let you know when you are moving from one episode to the next. We have been asked a couple of times to put this together to make watching easier. Enjoy. Thank you all for coming. I can't believe that we were able to get all 3 AI-voiced presidents in a D&D campaign.
Well, Ben, we are glad to be here. Thank you for hosting this session.
Of course. Before we get started, a quick overview of the campaign. I am Ben Shapiro, your Dungeon Master. We will be starting at level 3 for this campaign. Was everyone able to set up their characters before this session?
Yeah, it was a piece of cake.
You got lost, Joe. I had to pretty much make your whole character for you.
I don't know what you are talking about, Donald. I did it all on my own.
I saw Donald make your character for you, Joe.
No, you must have been seeing things. I did not need any help. Ben, we need to get started. I can already feel a nap coming on.
Yes, let's get started. The party find themselves on the road, traveling with an ambassador named Thorn. A few weeks ago, each of you received a letter from King Rex, hiring you as bodyguards for Thorn in traveling to a small town named Loudwater. After meeting Thorn at a tavern outside Phandelver, you left with him in a wagon making the 2-day trek towards Loudwater.
Why are we accompanying him again, and what's so important about this town?
Christ, Joe, did you not read the letter? There's a rumor of a magical artifact that makes people not get sick in Loudwater, and King Rex is paying well to obtain it.
Yeah, Christ, Joe, just read the letter.
Sorry, forgot there was a letter. My bad, guys.
No worries, Joe. Happens to everyone. And yes, Obama is correct. Rumors of the magical artifact reached King Rex, and he dispatched Thorn as an ambassador to try to retrieve it. In his letter, he mentioned that there is a plague on his land, and he hopes the artifact can remedy that. Do you each want to introduce your characters? Donald?
I am playing a variant human fighter named Donatello. He is from the distant land of Trumpville. And the letter from King Rex was no surprise, as Donatello is the greatest fighter in all of Trumpville.
Seems a bit strong of a backstory for a level 3 fighter, but oh well.
I might be a level 3 fighter, but I could whip your ass any day.
Maybe right now, but just wait until I hit level 5 and unlock Fireball. That's right, I am playing an elf wizard named Barack.
Real creative, Barack.
It's a good name for a wizard, okay? Anyways, I'm from Neverwinter and studied at the academy there. I just graduated a few weeks ago and am anxious to begin to explore the world with my newfound magical abilities.
Well, I came up with a great backstory, but I don't remember what it was. However, I am playing a gnome ranger named Joden, which is Joe, combined with Biden, if you were wondering. I don't remember my backstory, but let's just say that I grew up in a normal home with normal parents who like camping, and as a young adult, I took it to the next level and became part of the Rangers Guild.
That was the same backstory that you had sent me in our chat, which is impressive since you didn't remember it. All right, now that you have introduced your characters, night begins to fall and you begin to make camp for the night. What are your characters doing?
I will use my nature abilities to hunt down dinner for us. Barack, do you mind starting the fire?
Good idea, Joe. Donatello, will you help me gather wood for the fire? Then I will cast Firebolt on the wood to ignite it.
No way am I doing that. I'm going to go lean against a tree and just watch over the camp.
Barack, after seeing Donatello's refusal to help, Thorn offers to assist you in gathering wood. After gathering enough wood, you light the fire using Firebolt. Joe, will you roll a nature check with advantage because of your ranger class to see what you are able to hunt for dinner?
Of course. That's a 19.
All right, you are able to hunt down several rabbits and gather an assortment of edible berries. You will be eating well tonight.
I also want to roll nature to see if I can hunt stuff. I can definitely find more stuff than Sleepy Joe over there. That's bullshit. I rolled a 3. Do I get advantage too?
No, you don't have much experience in the wilds?
That's still bullshit. I have more experience than Joe and everything. But fine, what do I catch with a 3?
You find some wild mushrooms.
Sweet, I eat all the mushrooms instead of bringing them back to camp.
Donatello, you take 4 poison damage from ingesting toxic mushrooms and become poisoned.
God damn it, Donald. Why did you eat just random mushrooms that you found? Couldn't you just bring them back and have Joe identify them?
That's bullshit. My character would never eat toxic mushrooms. He is far too smart and charismatic for that.
Donatello's wisdom and intelligence are both 8. I don't think he is smart enough to know the difference between safe and dangerous mushrooms, especially with a 3 on your nature check.
Fine, well, I forced myself to throw up all of the toxic mushrooms so I am not poisoned anymore.
All right, I'll allow it. Barack, as you are gathering wood, Thorn thanks you for accompanying him on this journey. I have not traveled much outside of my homeland, at least not for many years, so I appreciate the protection that you and your friends are providing.
Of course, I was anxious to explore the world, and getting paid for it sounded like a great idea. I'm glad we were able to help as well.
Yes, of course, I hope the 25 gold is sufficient for your sacrifices.
It isn't the most gold that I've seen for sure, but it seems a fair price for a one-way trip.
If you would like, I could offer an additional 25 gold for taking me back to Phandelver following our trip.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. How long will you be in Loudwater for?
Thorn nervously looks over at the wagon, before hastily looking back. I don't imagine it will be for too long, a week at most. We are not even sure yet if there is an artifact there or not.
His behavior raises my suspicion, but I don't show any sign of it. Of course, let me check with my companions, but I am sure that we can do that.
Thank you.
It's no problem. I go look for Joe and Donatello, hoping to find them in the forest and away from the camp.
You find a sick Donatello not far into the forest, vomit covering a small bed of mushrooms.
No way. No, I am much too strong to just be sick over some mushrooms that I ate.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Damn, these dice are rigged. That's a 5.
With your Constitution added?
Yeah, a 2 on the dice and +3 for Constitution.
All right, you are definitely sick then.
Fine, but I'm going to act like everything is fine.
Roll for performance.
Sweet, that's a natural 20.
All right, Joden and Barak, you find Donatello just a short distance in the forest, standing tall over a pile of vomit and a bed of mushrooms, looking like there is nothing wrong.
Okay, not quite sure what happened here, but I wanted to ask you guys something. How much do we trust this Thorn guy? He seems kind of shady to me.
Who is Thorn?
What? Joe, he is the guy who we are protecting and taking to Loudwater.
Oh, right, I knew that. What makes him seem shady to you?
Just the way he was acting by the camp just now. He seemed like he was hiding something in the cart.
Well, he did bring quite a few crates of negotiating items. Could be something in one of those.
That's what I was thinking. Joden, do you think you could distract him so that Donatello and I can investigate the cart?
Yeah, I can do that. No problem at all. I go up to Thorn and begin talking to him about the surrounding trees.
Okay, I'll have you roll for performance now.
I rolled a 13.
Okay, out of politeness, Thorn listens to you, but you can tell he isn't really interested.
Great, good job, Joe. Donatello and I will now sneak up to the cart and try to look in some of the crates.
All right, do you both want to roll for stealth?
Hell yeah, I got an 18. That's what I'm talking about. My character is the best.
I did okay, I got a 12.
All right, you both pass since Thorn is distracted. Looking through the boxes, you find some gold and other trinkets that Thorn is probably looking to trade for the artifact. One of the crates near the bottom you are unable to pry open, however. It seems some magical force is keeping it closed shut.
I steal the gold. How much is it?
You steal 50 pieces of gold.
Damn nice haul, Donald. Are you going to share that with the party?
Hell no, this is all mine. I earned it fair and square, and I'm keeping it.
Fine, be that way. Can I pick up the locked crate?
You can. You find that the crate is quite light.
I take it over to the campfire and ask Thorn what is in it. Thorn, mind telling us what is in this crate?
Roll for insight.
Cool, I got an 18.
You notice that he looks uncomfortable. Stammering, he says, "Oh, that is nothing. There is just some trinkets for trading for the artifact. Nothing important."
Will you open it then?
Thorn begins to shake his head no. "I'm sorry, but
I draw my sword and level it at his chest. Open the box. Do it, now.
Whoa, okay, fine, I'll open the box." He reaches out and flips open the lid. Obviously, it is no longer locked.
I push him back to make sure that he doesn't grab anything from it.
Okay, he is not able to grab anything from it. Looking inside, you see a collection of vials containing a swirling mist. See, nothing to be alarmed about.
What is that?
It is a magical mist. Breaking a vial will cause a mist to spread out and conceal the user. Useful for hiding a small group in plain sight.
I take all of the vials.
Okay, you can do that, but he will likely fire you if you do. Your job is to transport him safely to Loudwater.
Fine, I ask if I can take a single one of the vials. How many are there?
There is a half dozen or so. Thorn declines, saying, "I need all of these to trade for the artifact. I'm not sure what the townspeople will accept."
Why were you so shifty about this container?
Well, these are somewhat illegal in the Sword Coast. I could be arrested if authorities knew I had smuggled them in.
Why are they illegal? They don't seem that potent compared to some of the other magic that is used.
Well, just over a century ago, a group of assassins used magic like this to kill a group of nobles in Waterdeep. It caused a citywide panic, and the guards couldn't do anything to stop it. Finally, the university stepped in and controlled the riots, but this magic was banned because of it.
Can I roll insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah, sure.
6, that wasn't great.
You are pretty sure he's telling the truth.
Okay then. I think I am done questioning him. I apologize and try to make sure he knows that we are just trying to stay on the right side of things.
He accepts your apology and become a bit more at ease around you.
So what do we do now?
Well, do you guys want to set a watch or anything?
I can take the first watch. I have some work to do in my spell book anyway.
I can take the second one. I'm feeling quite tired.
Okay, I'll take third watch then.
All right. Barack's and Joden's watch pass uneventfully. During Donatello's watch, Thorn emerges from his tent and takes watch with you.
Does he know I took the gold?
Perhaps roll an insight check.
15.
It doesn't seem like he knows. I was hopeful you would accept this job, he says. I have heard tell of your accomplishments, and am pleased to have such a skilled fighter with us.
I knew my fighter was the best fighter in Trumpville. Take that, Barack.
Thorn is just trying to get on your good side, Donatello.
Well, it's working. I smile back and say thank you. I'm not surprised that someone like King Rex would want someone like me on this job. It means he knows the job will get done.
Yes, that was his thoughts exactly. I hope you don't mind me watching with you. I don't sleep much nowadays.
Sleep is for the weak. That is what I always say, at least. I came up with that saying, you know.
I didn't know that. It's a good saying.
Yeah, it is.
As the two of you chat, suddenly, a long form flies out of the darkness, striking Thorn in the chest. He falls backwards, calling out in pain as his head hits a rock, and he slips into unconsciousness. You see a 10-foot-long snake coil up on his chest, having just launched itself at him. Roll for initiative.
How do we do that again?
For goodness sakes, Joe, it is a D20 plus initiative. Every check in D&D is just a D20 plus whatever you're rolling for. I got an 8.
Oh, right, I got a 13.
I got a 17.
All right, since Joden and Barack are both in their tents, you are going to have to spend your first turn getting to the battle. I rolled a 15 for my snake, so Donatello, you will go first.
Of course I will. I am a trained fighter. All right, I am going to move and attack the snake with my long sword.
Roll for attack.
16, does that hit?
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage.
Damn it, that's only 4 damage. I rolled a 1 on the damage die. These dice are rigged.
That still is not bad, though.
It's pretty bad. All right, can I use my action surge to make another attack?
Yeah, you can do that. Also, going forward, roll both damage and attack at the same time. It helps to speed things up a bit.
I got a 14 to hit and an 8 on damage. That's what I am talking about. I could beat all of you guys.
And that does hit too. As the snake coils on Thorn's chest, looking to sink its fangs into him, you come up and slash it twice, dealing a total of 12 damage. Moving fast, the snake turns around and lunges at you. That's a 15 to hit.
With my shield, I have an 18 armor class. It doesn't hit me then.
As fast as it was, Donatello was faster and brings up his shield, and the snake harmlessly bounces off. All right, for Joden and Barack's first turn, they still need to get up and leave their tents, so we will be back to Donatello.
I don't even need their help. I slash at the snake with my sword again. 12 to hit and 9 on the damage.
Unfortunately, you needed a 13 to hit. You swing for the snake, but it slithers out of your reach.
Bullshit, I never missed a swing in my life. This game is definitely rigged.
Well, you missed this one, Donatello. The snake rears back and strikes at you again, this time with a 19 to hit. You bring up your shield just a fraction of a second too late, taking 12 damage as the snake impales your shoulder with its fangs. Your shield knocks it off, but you definitely took a hit.
Where the hell are Barack and Joden? Do I really have to do this all on my own?
Speaking of Joden, it is your turn.
Do I recognize the type of snake it is?
I'll allow you to roll a nature check as your bonus action for turn.
Sweet, that's a 17.
All right. You recognize it as a subspecies of Jaculi, a type of large snake that coils up in trees and launches itself at prey. Typically, such a creature would not attack a group of adventurers, and definitely not when there is a fire in the camp.
Guys, there is something strange going on here. This snake shouldn't have attacked.
Why does that matter? It is attacking us. We got to kill it.
That's fair, I guess. I aim my longbow at it and take a shot. Natural 20 to hit.
Wow, that's awesome. So how critical hits work in this campaign is you will take the maximum you could roll and add it to whatever you roll.
So it would be 3 plus 3 plus 8 damage?
Yeah, if you rolled a 3 on your damage die. So 14 damage then?
Yeah, I strike it right between the eyes.
It slithers just barely to avoid its brain being split in two, but takes a heavy hit from your arrow. It is looking very wounded.
My turn to finish the job, then. I cast Scorching Ray at it.
Okay, I think that allows you to make 3 attack rolls, yeah?
Yeah, should I just roll to hit and damage for all 3 at the same time, or one at a time?
Let's just do one at a time. Might make things a bit simpler.
Okay, first one is a 13 to hit and a 5 on damage.
All right, it takes the hit and is looking very ragged.
Second one is a 10 to hit, so that misses.
Yeah, that one misses.
Third one is an 18 to hit and a 7 on damage.
Nice. You finish off the Jaculi and it stops moving, steam and smoke rising off it as it smells like burnt chicken.
I did most of that.
I did the same amount of damage as you did, Donatello.
All right, guys, good job. Are there any other enemies around?
No, it doesn't look like it. However, Thorn is unconscious on the ground still, having suffered a big hit from the Jakuli.
I cast Healing Word on him. That's 7 points of healing.
As you cast Healing Word, you notice his skin turn a dark purple and begin to burn. He awakes with a start, crying out in pain and scratching at the spot you healed him. "Stop, stop," he cries out.
I stop and back up.
What did you do to him?
I just tried to heal him. That was strange.
Not that strange. Looks like he is probably an undead.
Ah, that would make sense. I ready another Scorching Ray.
I draw my sword and point it at him again. What are you?
Writhing in pain, he stammers, "Wait, let me explain."
I help him to his feet.
The hell you are. This is a zombie Joden. If you had a brain, he would eat it.
If he was going to eat our brains, he probably would have already. He seems to be at least a friendly undead.
I agree with Joden. I lower my hands and help him up as well.
Well, I am not dying today. I keep my sword raised.
He stands up, clearly weak from the Jakuli blow and the healing spell. In the letter, King Rex told you about a magical plague on his land. Well, a part of that plague is that it turned the whole kingdom into undead. So yes, I am technically undead, but no, I don't eat brains. Most of us weren't even that affected by it, and some of the people didn't even realize they were dead until several days after.
Wow, that sucks. Is that why you are after this artifact? Do you think it will heal everyone?
Maybe, maybe not, but we don't have any other hopes.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we should get this artifact for you then.
I'll help, but I don't trust this guy. Undead or bad, period.
Thorn heads back to his tent, collapsing on his small cot. Are you all heading to bed too, or what are you doing?
I only needed to meditate, so I'll do that out here by the fire in case something else happens.
I'm still on watch, so I'll stay by the fire too.
I'm pretty tired. I'll head back to my tent.
All right, we will end our first session there. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us, Ben. It was fun. Tomorrow again?
Sounds good to me.
Works for me too.
Tomorrow it is. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another D&D video starring the AI-voiced presidents, and me, your AI-voiced dungeon master, Ben Shapiro.
Thanks for having us back, Ben. I'm excited to continue playing our campaign.
Thanks, Joe. I'm excited, too. Before we get started, Obama, would you want to give us a recap on our last session?
Of course, Ben. In our last session, we started traveling with Thorn to the town of Loudwater in pursuit of a magical artifact that makes people not get sick. The three of us, Barak, Donatello, and Joden, set up camp and interrogated Thorn about a locked crate he was bringing along to Loudwater.
Don't forget I was the main interrogator. That was all me.
Well, that isn't quite how that went down.
Are you trying to gaslight me? Jesus, it's just a game, Obama. Chill out.
I am being pretty chill, Donald. Anyways, after interrogating him, a snake, I think it was called a jaculi, sprung from a nearby tree, attacking Thorn and knocking him out.
And then I killed the snake, me. You guys were just sleeping in the tent.
Please stop interrupting me, Donald.
Yes, please be respectful and wait your turn, Donald.
Of course, my apologies. Just want to make sure the story is being told right.
He is doing a good job. Please continue, Obama.
Thanks, Ben. After waking up, Joden and I helped Donatello defeat the snake, and then we found out that Thorn is an undead being. He seems to be on the good side of things, though.
Who is Thorn?
You've asked that every time, Joe. What is the matter with you? Thorn is the guy we are protecting.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Thanks for that recap, Obama. We will start our session the next morning. Barak and Donatello sit watching the fire dwindle down as the sun rises over the eastern horizon. The light smell of dew permeates the campsite, and everyone feels renewed for the new day. Thorn has been quiet this morning, packing up the camp in a slow, methodical fashion without talking to anyone beyond the typical hello.
Do I heal back up to full health following the long rest?
Well, the fight came towards the end of the long rest, so rules as written you wouldn't, but I will allow it this time.
Thanks, Ben. You're the best.
No problem. So what does everyone want to be doing?
I will help Thorn pack up the camp. Joe, would you mind hunting for a quick breakfast? We could use some of our rations, but I get the feeling we might need those in the future.
Yeah, I think I remember how to hunt. I can find us some breakfast. Do I make a nature check?
Yep, you got it.
I got a 12.
You have a rough time finding anything significant, but find enough for a small and quick breakfast. Perfect for getting an early start on the road. After finishing up packing up the camp, Thorn turns to you all and says, I hope I can still count on your assistance in traveling to and from Loudwater. I can up the payment to 30 gold per way if that would sway your minds.
How about 35? That's what I call making a deal.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, piece of cake. I have great charisma. That's a 13.
Thorn looks slightly annoyed, but agrees to your terms at 35 gold per way per person. Very well. I can pay you the additional 10 gold once we get to Loudwater.
I hope that's not from the gold that Donald stole last session.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I still need to add the gold to my character sheet.
Wait, why did Donald get gold? Did we all get gold?
No, Donald was being a selfish bastard and kept all the gold he stole.
I think you mean I was being a smart businessman.
If I could roll my eyes, I would right now.
If I could punch you in the face, I would right now.
All right, guys, let's get back on track. You begin to move out again towards Loudwater. If you travel at a normal pace, you should make it by nightfall and be able to sleep in a nicer bed in a tavern.
Tavern means there'll be drinks, right? Donatello loves a good drink.
Yes, Donald, a tavern means drinks, right, Ben?
Yeah, there will definitely be drinks for you, Donatello. As you travel along the winding road, it begins to get a bit more rough to traverse. It is clear that nobody has gone this way in a long time.
It doesn't slow us down because I have my natural explorer for forests, right?
That's right, Joe. So the group with Joden's guidance is able to make good progress through the forest. The trip passes uneventfully, and before long, just before the sun starts to set, you can hear a waterfall just in the distance, likely where Loudwater gets its name.
Should we make camp outside the city for tonight? I know I would like to sleep in a nice bed, but we also don't know what we will be facing there. Nobody has been to this town in a long time, right, Thorn?
That is correct. Loudwater is well off the beaten path and isn't even on most maps. It could be wise to wait until morning.
No way. I am not staying out here. I am going to be sleeping in that tavern tonight, belly full of good meat and foods. No offense to your cooking, Joden, but it tastes terrible.
The food is pretty bad, Joden, but I still think we should stay out here. Joden, you're the split vote.
Wait, what? Oh, I see. Sorry. Had to catch up with what was happening. I'm sorry that my cooking is pretty garbage. Back in my day, we didn't have very many spices or things to make food better. As for tonight, I too think that we should wait out here until morning. Better to be on the safe side.
You're a dinosaur, Sleepy Joe. I'm heading into the town anyways.
All right. As night falls, Thorn, Barak, and Joden all make camp outside the city as Donatello heads into the tavern. Donatello, as you approach the city gates, a guard calls down to you. Who goes there?
It is me, Donatello, the most fearsome warrior of the village of Trumpville. You may let me in now.
No visitors are allowed after dark. Come back in the morning.
Can I see the guard?
Yes, after he started speaking, you spotted him in the gatehouse.
Could I shoot him with an arrow?
You can if you want. Do you want to roll to hit?
Yes, I notch an arrow and let it fly. Bullshit, that's a 2.
Your arrow flies harmlessly by, clanging on the gatehouse and causing the guard to be alarmed. He begins to sound the alarm, and you hear a commotion on the other side of the gate.
God damn it, Donald, why do you have to do things like this? We aren't even close to you to help you.
I was just kidding. I didn't actually shoot an arrow at the guard. I just wish him a good night and say that I will come back in the morning.
All right, I will allow it this time, but if you go so far as to roll for attack in the future, you won't be able to take back what you did.
Yes, thank you. That's a good idea. I'll head back to the camp then.
All right, you head back to the camp. After setting a watch, the night passes uneventfully, and in the morning, you all get ready to enter the city. Thorn fidgets a little, looking nervous.
I try to comfort him, telling him that we will be on his side.
Thank you, my friend. Now that we are here, but before we enter the city, I have one last request. I do not know what awaits us, but I am hesitant to believe that they will easily part with such a magnificent magical item. Would you all be willing to help me gain the trust of the townspeople and hopefully find out what they will accept for the artifact? I could pay for your services.
That sounds good and all, but what happens if they just refuse? I don't think I feel comfortable stealing it from them.
Oh no, we won't steal it. No, we will leave before it comes to that. It's just that I think the people will be more amenable if they know that we can be trusted.
All right, fine. How much are you willing to pay us?
Thorn strokes his beard thoughtfully. I'll pay you 250 gold each if we successfully leave with the artifact, and 100 gold if we don't, but you are able to help gain the trust of the townspeople.
I mean, for that type of money, let's just steal the thing.
Yeah, I changed my mind. We can steal it if we need to.
It is a lot of money, but I don't think we should steal it. Let's just try to get it the honest way.
Thank you. Just keep an open ear for people who need help. I'm sure there are plenty of them. And maybe keep what we are looking for on the down low. You move towards the town gate, where the guards seem surprised to see you. Halt! Who goes there?
We are adventurers looking to rest up from our travels.
The guards look at each other and shrug before opening the gate. Don't you be causing any trouble now, you hear? or we will be seeing you soon.
I could take these guards out easy.
That didn't go so well last time. You missed your arrow and almost brought the whole town down on our heads.
Yeah, no offense, but you kind of suck in combat, Donatello.
I could take any of you in a one-on-one fight. I could beat you with my hands tied behind my back.
Bet there is not a chance.
Before you get the chance to fight, the gate finishes swinging open. Inside, you see the hustle and bustle of a small town. Just up ahead, you can see a town square that doubles as a marketplace. Just over the sound of people moving about their business, you notice that the sound of the waterfall never stops.
Do we see a tavern?
Indeed, just up ahead, you can see a sign for a tavern called the Blessed Waters.
Time for a drink, then.
Donatello, it is still early in the morning.
Never too early to drink, though, am I right?
I could go for a drink, too. And taverns are a good place to find people who need help. After all, Donatello is there all the time.
Are you saying I need help, Sleepy Joe? I have never needed help before in my life. I have done everything on my own.
You make a good point, Joden. All right, let's head to the tavern then.
All right. You head to the Blessed Waters Tavern. As you enter, you are greeted with the smell of fresh baked bread and sweet mead. Thorn says that he will reserve a room above for the group and to meet back tonight to discuss future details.
It's drinking time. I order a mug of the finest drink the place has.
I'll do the same.
Me too. You are buying Lou Donatello since you stole all that gold from Thorn.
Fine, I get it. You're broke and you want me to pay more than my share. Nothing new there.
You move up to the bar and a gruff man stands behind it. I'm Vadric. I own the place. What brings you to Loudwater?
We are here looking for a
We are just passing through, looking to help where we can. Just a couple of broke and tired adventurers looking for sleep and a job.
These guys might be broke, but I am loaded. I'll take 3 of your finest drinks.
We don't get many adventurers round these parts, he says, as he pours 3 drinks from a small barrel on the shelf behind him. It's a long ways to Waterdeep or Neverwinter. I'd advise you move on when you can. Folk around here aren't too used to having visitors.
Thank you, but I'm afraid we need to stay for a night or two to recover from our journey. I think our companion has even rented a room for the week.
Suit yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you, though.
You are trying to warn me? Do you even know who I am?
It doesn't matter who you are. Did you see the large cathedral on the hill as you entered the town? It's run by the priests of Sanitas. Nasty folk. They'll imprison you or throw you in the stocks just as soon as look at you. The leader, Father Lucian, is a decent enough sort, though. He tries to keep them in line. Anyways, just a warning.
Thanks for the heads up. We will stay away from them.
Do you know of anyone who could maybe use some help or could hire us for anything? A coin or two could help a lot.
Galen, a farmer just to the north of town, has been having some troubles with his crops the last couple of nights. Says he wakes up to a black ooze covering some, and a fair amount of his crop missing. You could find him in the marketplace.
Thanks, we can go see if we can find him. Galen, you said?
That's right.
Thank you. What was your name again?
It's Vadric. Good luck. And don't forget what I said. Stay away from the priests if you can.
I go wherever I want to. Nobody is going to stop me.
All right, we head to the marketplace then, looking for this farmer named Galen.
As you enter the marketplace, it is definitely the most busy place in town. People mill about, going to different stalls and storefronts. Most of the people are watching a confrontation going down on the stage. You see a man, dressed nicely but not gaudy, arguing with 2 figures draped in white robes, and a disheveled man in stocks on a stage as well.
I am guessing those are the priests. Who do you think the other guy is?
I hardly know who I am. How should I know who he is?
I bet he is just a random nobody.
I don't think so. He looks like he could be someone in a position of power. Can we hear the argument?
You hear the man arguing that, even though Phil has broken the law of Sanitas, he doesn't deserve to be humiliated in stocks in front of the whole town. The priests argue back that the punishment is fit for the crime and is laid out in the very law that Phil broke. The man then says, God damn it, he dropped a bowl of water on accident. The punishment does not fit the crime. I am the lord of the town, and I demand you let this man go. The priests flush with anger, but with a gesture the man is freed from the stocks.
Well, it's not Galen, it sounds like, but meeting the lord of the town could be good.
Can I roll to try to find Galen?
Sure, make a perception check.
That's a 19.
All right. You notice that most of the people tend to be avoiding a farmer's booth near the edge of the marketplace. You also notice a faint black smear on several of the crops at his table.
I found Galen, guys. Joden points over to him.
All right, do we want to talk to the lord of the town first or just go talk to Galen?
I think we should talk to the Lord. He seems a lot more important than some little farmer.
Okay, we can talk to the Lord first. Is that done through prayer, or how do we talk to him?
I think we can just walk up to him. He is just right over there.
Really? Oh, wow, I haven't met the Lord in person before. I thought I did back in the early 30s, but it turned out to just be a normal guy.
No, Joe, we are talking about the Lord of the town, the mayor or something, not God.
Jesus Christ, Joe, how stupid can you be?
I'm not stupid, just tired. We have been playing for over 10 minutes already. I think I'm ready to be done.
All right, well, can we talk to the mayor before we conclude the session?
We can keep going for as long as you guys want. I'm free all day.
Okay, I want to ask the mayor for his name first.
I am Kieran DeLaver, though I must say I am at a loss for your name. Am I right to presume that you are the group who came to our town this morning?
Yeah, that's us. How did you know we came to town this morning?
Well, it is a small town. We don't get many visitors. It wasn't hard to put it together. You are actually the second group of adventurers to come to town this week.
The second group? When did the first come to town?
Just last week, I think that they went on an errand for Father Lucian. They will probably be back in a day or two.
Interesting. Do you know what brought them to town?
No, they weren't very forthcoming with me.
That seems suspicious. They are probably up to no good.
Perhaps. May I ask what brought you to town?
Just passing through, and we thought it would be good to rest up for a few days. Can I ask what was happening up on the stage?
Kieran raises an eyebrow, clearly not believing your story. Yes, I am sorry you had to witness that unpleasantness. Phil was accused of breaking the law of Sanitas, and since those were priests of Sanitas, they saw fit to exact their own punishment on poor Phil.
I remember being in the stocks when I was a teenager. Wasn't fun times.
No, I wouldn't say that being in the stocks is fun. Can I help you with anything else? Where are you staying while in town?
I don't think we need any more help, but we wanted to offer our help where we can. We heard Galen could use some help and wanted to offer our services. We will be staying at the Blessed Waters Tavern for the next few days.
Yes, of course. Thank you for helping Galen. He has been having troubles lately. He's just in that stall over there. Kieran points at the man that Joden identified earlier. Please let me know if I can help more.
Thanks, we will keep you posted.
So is that it then?
I guess so. Joe looks like he's about to fall asleep.
All right, that sounds good then. We will end this session here. Thanks again for playing.
Of course, Ben, I mean, it isn't like we had much of a choice, but you are a pretty good dungeon master.
And to our viewers, before you leave, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you liked the video.
Until tomorrow then, we will see you all next time. Welcome back to the presidential D&D campaign, where AI voices of U.S. presidents get together to play some Dungeons & Dragons. I am Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master.
It is about time that we get back in action. I am ready to kill some things.
Yes, there wasn't any combat in our last session, but there should be some surprises in store as you move to investigate Galen's farm. Before we get started, though, Joe, would you mind giving us a recap on our previous session?
Yes, well, I don't really remember our previous session, but Barack knew that you were going to ask me, so he wrote down some highlights that I can read off. First, we entered the city of Loudwater, and Thorn checked us into the tavern. Then the bartender warned us about the priests of Sanitas, and we went to the marketplace where we met with Kieran DeLaver, the mayor, pretty much. He was arguing with some priests and seems to be a decent guy. I think that was pretty much everything that happened.
You forgot about how I almost killed all the guards. It would have been a piece of cake, but I decided not to because I am a good person.
I don't think not killing someone automatically makes you a good person, Donald. And you were about to get wrecked by those guards. You wouldn't have stood a chance.
Here you go again, trying to gaslight our viewers into thinking that I am some sort of weak little fighter. It's fake news. Our viewers know that I would have won single-handedly.
Well, our viewers do know the truth behind what happened. If you don't know or missed the last episode, here is a link to that. Now, finally, are there any questions before we get started?
Just one. Who is this Thorn guy again? Obama wrote his name on the paper, but I think that is supposed to be like Titus or Peter or something. We haven't met anyone named Thorn, I don't think.
I'm not even going to comment on that this time.
Thorn is the guy you are protecting, Joe. He hired you to transport him to Loudwater, and now to befriend the townsfolk and try to make a trade for the magical artifact, if there is one. Well, if there are no other questions, we can get started. We will pick up in the marketplace. Kieran is walking away to go about his duties, and Galen is at his stand just in front of the party.
I spotted Galen last episode, so I think I should be the one to talk to him first.
One thing before you do, I wanted to ask you both a question. Do either of you trust Thorn? I do think that we should get on the good side of the townsfolk, but he seems like he might be up to something.
I don't trust him at all. He is a zombie. Zombies are bad. There isn't much to it other than that. However, he happens to be a rich zombie, so I think it is good business sense to work with him.
How much did he offer us if we helped him?
250 gold pieces each if we help him obtain the artifact. That is like 1,000,000 gold pieces if you think about it.
Well, it is 250 gold pieces if you think about it. Is that really worth it? He already paid us 25 for bringing him here. And then Donatello, you were able to steal 50 from him and he hasn't seemed to notice yet. I think we could probably make more money by helping the townspeople, and then we can also be the good guys.
I am always the good guy. I have never done anything wrong in my life. All right, I see what you are saying. If there is more money to be had by not helping Thorn take the artifact, I am all for that.
I am down for whatever. I don't discriminate against the undead, so Thorn is okay in my book, but he is a bit suspicious for sure.
All right. I am definitely in this for the money as well. The academy wasn't cheap, and I have a fair amount of student debt. But I also don't want to make all that money by exploiting a small town in the middle of nowhere. Since we are mostly in agreement, we should go talk to Galen.
Sweet, I will lead the way. He's from the country. Me and him have an understanding. Hello, are you Galen?
Yes, I am Galen. Might I interest you in some cabbages? Don't mind the black marks, I can assure you they have been washed well.
Yeah, I will take some cabbage. My mother used to make a delicious cabbage stew. She would boil the cabbage in some water and then serve it up to us, man. That was good stuff.
I literally just threw up a bit. I interrupt whatever nostalgic love fest is going on right now and ask Galen, how can we help with your whole problem? Do you know how this black stuff is getting on your cabbage?
I don't really know, no. The past couple of nights I have tried to keep watch. I sit in a chair on my porch and look out over my cabbage field. But every night I have just fallen asleep. I used to be in the town guard, you know, night watch. I never fell asleep on watch before. But I am older now, I guess. Anyways, if you adventurers were able to come to my farm tonight and keep watch with me, maybe we could get to the bottom of it.
Aren't we supposed to meet Titus tonight?
It's Thorn, Joden, not Titus. And I think we would be okay not to meet with him. I don't think he is in an urgent situation. We should head out to the farm, I think.
Fine, we can go out to the farm. But we need to resolve this quick so that I can sleep in a real bed. Camping sucks.
Why did you become an adventurer if you hate camping? Isn't that kind of the norm?
I didn't want to become an adventurer. I was happy fighting in the arena back home. Every night I had company and a comfy bed. But if a king hires you to do something, the only way to go is up.
I guess that is fair. Should we head out to the farm now then?
I can give you a ride out there if you would like. I'm not selling much here today, so I could take my wagon back so you don't have to walk.
Thank you, Galen. I think we will take you up on that offer.
As Galen packs up his stall, you see a man in a light brown robe walking towards you. The bystanders around him bow their heads as he passes by.
In Trumpville, people used to do that to me. He is probably very important in the town.
Hello, adventurers. I am Father Lucian. I am grateful that you have come to our small town, but what, may I ask, brings you here?
Well, we are just passing through and looking for a good place to rest. First, though, we thought we would help out our friend Galen here with a problem on his farm that has cropped up, pun intended, over the last week.
Ah, yes, Galen. I am sorry to hear about the farm. Please, if you have need of food for the coming winter, the Abbey's stores are open to you. Thank you, adventurers, for helping us with this. May I ask your names?
I am Donatello, the greatest fighter in all of Trumpville. These are my companions, Barak the Wizard and Joden the Ranger.
It is a pleasure to meet all of you. If I might ask, I have a favor of my own once you have finished helping Galen.
Yes, of course, we are here to help.
There is a Myconid colony not far from here, where some of the priests go to obtain healing potions for the wounded and sick. However, lately, the Myconids have attacked the priests who have gone there. Would you be able to perhaps investigate and find what we have done to offend them?
Myconids, those are mushroom people, yeah? They are highly intelligent and emotional creatures with a complex social hierarchy?
Yes, that is correct. I'm only hoping that they are well and safe. If they simply do not wish to trade with us anymore, that is okay. But if you could check on them for me?
Yeah, we can do that. Where's the cave at?
It is about a mile north of the road on the way to Galen's farm. Perhaps you could stop by on your way back to town?
That sounds like a plan. Happy to be of service.
Before we accept, though, there is the matter of payment. Is there any attached to this task?
Beyond my gratitude, I do not have coin to offer. Perhaps I could offer some of the potions if the trade route is reestablished.
Good enough. Pleasure doing business with you.
With that, Father Lucian turns and begins walking back up towards the abbey, pausing to chat with the citizens around him. During the conversation, Galen finished packing up the cart as well. Father Lucian is a great man. He has helped a lot of the townsfolk through some difficult times. We had some bandits pass through a year or two ago, And he organized the priests and ran them out. Protected the amulet, I mean. He protected the abbey and all. Are you ready to go?
What was this about in...
Yeah, we can go in just a moment. I wanted to talk with my companions one last time. I lead Donatello and Jodin off to the side. Well, it sounds like there is probably a magical artifact here for sure, guys. That was really strange what he did there.
Yeah, he is lying for sure. He is a really bad liar, too. I would never have made such a rookie mistake if I ever told a lie.
Why don't we just ask him what that was about?
Well, I think we should gain their trust a bit more first. If we want to protect it from Thorn, we can't express too much interest in it at first.
That is a smart move, Barak. I guess they did teach you something at that academy.
Thanks, Donatello. We move back to Galen and proceed to leave the town with him.
Great. As you travel with him in his wagon, the conversation feels strained. He clearly knows that he messed up in what he told you. However, he steers the conversation back to the problem at the farm. So like I was saying, I don't really know what is going on. The past few mornings after I woke up on my porch, there are a bunch of cabbages missing and a black tar-like substance on a lot of my plants.
Can I make a nature check to see if I know of anything that could cause that?
Sure, that sounds good.
That wasn't great, only an 8.
You think that it could be tar, or perhaps the trail of a black ooze or something?
I relay that to my companions.
Thanks for the heads up, Joe. How far are we from the farm?
You are actually pulling up to the farm now. It is a modest farm, an old but sturdy farmhouse and a small field of cabbages. The field is perhaps 400 feet by 400 feet. 2 rickety rocking chairs sit on the porch of the farmhouse. You dismount from the wagon and Galen begins unloading the unsold cabbages, placing them in baskets next to a well.
How long is it until nightfall?
You have maybe half an hour. Do you guys want to sit on the porch with Galen or set up in the field somewhere?
Would I be able to get on top of the farmhouse? Somewhere I could see most of the field and the road with a bird's eye view?
Sure, Galen grabs a ladder and helps you up onto the roof.
I am a ranger, so I want to be in the forest. Could I set up in a tree somewhere?
And I want to stand right in the middle of the field, sword planted in the dirt in front of me.
I am pretty sure that is a terrible thing to do to a sword, but very well. Jodin, you are able to climb a tree and get a good vantage point, and Donatello, you stand resolutely in the middle of the field. Night begins to fall, and the silence of night begins to weigh in.
Why are you rolling dice, Ben?
Sorry, just had to make a couple of rolls. Obama, you hear snoring coming from the porch and feel a wave of exhaustion sweep over you, but your elven blood prevents you from falling asleep due to magic. Donatello, standing in the field, you feel a magical wave pulse over you, but your training as a fighter helps you recognize it and jerk yourself alert. And Joe, you don't feel anything, but you hear whispering voices from a glade not far from you and see a huddle of people around your size moving towards the field.
Do they see me?
No, not yet at least. If they continue moving in the same direction, I will have you make a stealth check, though.
Do I see them? I'm ready to kill whoever it is that is stealing this poor farmer's cabbages.
You don't. They're still hidden behind the tree line from you. Same goes for you, Barak.
I'm not going to move. Can I make the stealth check then?
Yep, you can do that.
I got an 18. That's pretty damn good.
They don't see you and move into the field. They now have entered Barak and Donatello's field of vision.
I'm going to charge them and attack. Do we need to roll for initiative?
Yeah, all right. We will roll for initiative then.
I got an 18.
That is bullshit. I should have been faster than you. I only got an 8.
I will go before you too then, Donald. I got a 14.
This is complete and utter horseshit. I'm a trained fighter. I should get a plus 20 bonus to my initiative.
I believe there is a feat that you can take that gives you a bonus to initiative. If you want to do that, Donatello, there is an optional feat you can take next level.
Whatever, you two just better take fast turns. I'm about to wreck these guys.
I want to do something a little bit out of the box for my turn. Would I be able to cast Ray of Frost, but do so behind the creatures to prevent them from running away because it is icy?
That is creative thinking. I like it, Barak. All right, you can do that, and they will have to make a dexterity saving throw if they run away. However, this will fully alert them to know that you know they are there.
That is okay. They will know soon anyways. All right, I cast Ray of Frost to do that. Do I need to make an attack roll or anything?
No, it was a smart move, so I will rule it an automatic success. Do you want to move down from the roof at all?
No, I want to stay up here so I can cast Scorching Ray next turn. I'll just end my turn there.
Okay, that sounds good. It is Joe's turn now.
Since they don't see me, do I get advantage on my attack with my bow?
Yeah, you get advantage.
Sweet, I'm going to shoot at the one closest to me then. That is a 14 to hit and a 7 on damage.
You hear a cry of pain as your arrow sinks into the knee of the creature in the back of the pack as it falls to the ground. The already scared creatures begin to try to run for it, moving backwards across Obama's frost spell. 3 of the creatures slip, including one that was helping the injured one. 4 of the creatures are sprawled on the ground, while 2 remain standing. The 2 standing ones draw their weapons, one with a sword who tries to stand between the others and the invisible bowman, and the other with a blowgun. He is going to take a shot at Barack. That is a 16 to hit, with a 5 piercing damage and 3 poison damage if it hits.
Yeah, that hits. I only have a 13 armor class.
All right, with falling down and making that attack, we will go to Donatello's turn.
It is about damn time. I'm going to charge at them with my sword and shield drawn.
All right. You make it to the area of Barack's frost spell. If you want to go out onto the ice to fight them, you will also have to make a dexterity saving throw to stay on your feet.
Piece of cake. This game is absolute trash. I cannot believe I just rolled a 3 again. I never get good rolls with these dice. I'm guessing that fails.
Yeah, you fall onto the ice, which takes up the rest of your action.
Can I use action surge to get back up and attack one of them?
Yeah, you can do that.
Natural 20. This game is the greatest invention in human history. Did you see that, Barack? Natural 20. I'm going to absolutely wreck this guy.
That was a really nice roll, Donatello. You are probably just going to kill someone in one hit.
Good chance, yeah. Do you want to go after the injured one or just one of the other ones?
The one with the blowgun. Barack is going to owe me big time after I kill him. So I add the maximum damage to what I rolled, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Sweet, that is 16 damage then.
You slice through the chest of the creature holding the blowgun. This close to them, you identify them as halflings, and as you slash the creature, you realize that they are extremely skinny and malnourished. It was a fatal blow, and he falls to the ground, bleeding profusely.
Oh, for Christ's sake! I didn't know that before I swung.
Can I use Misty Step to make it over to them and then cast Healing Word before he dies?
I'll allow it. What did you roll for the healing?
A 5.
Okay. The slash from Donald heals slightly, and the bleeding lessens. There is a higher chance that he will live. Also sorry to break immersion, but I just realized that we had not explained how you know Healing Word to our viewers. It is not a typical wizard spell.
Oh, right, that is our bad. It was a homebrew edition due to me doing an internship in the hospital wing at the academy. We had talked before we started and felt it would be a good addition to my character and wanting him to be a good guy.
Thanks for that explanation. One of my favorite parts of Dungeons & Dragons is that since it is a shared storytelling experience, you don't have to follow all of the rules all of the time. Now, the halfling that Donald almost killed is looking like he will live, and following that gesture, the halflings stand down a bit, still nervous and alert, but not trying to defend themselves or kill you. 2 of them begin mending the wound from Joe's arrow. This seems like a good spot to end this session.
Okay, but before we leave, for the record, I was attacking a mysterious creature who had just attacked Barack. I didn't realize until after I swung that it was a malnourished little halfling. That was not my fault.
Same goes for my arrow, though to be fair, I was a lot further away, so it makes a lot more sense that I didn't know.
Shut up, Sleepy Joe. It is time for your nap.
To our viewers, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more of us playing D&D together.
Thanks, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow. Welcome back to the presidential D&D campaign, where AI voices of U.S. presidents get together to play some Dungeons & Dragons. I am Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master.
I actually forgot to bring my character sheet this time. My bad, guys. I think I remember what my stats and stuff are, though.
No, Joe, I have been keeping all of the character sheets here for the past 3 sessions. You didn't forget yours, you just never had it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think you would forget your head if it wasn't attached, Joe. You literally cannot remember shit.
Your memory isn't so great either, Donald. I'm a bit nervous for your recap.
Yes, before we get started, would you mind giving us a recap, Donald?
My memory is impeccable. Last session, I was tricked into almost killing a starved and malnourished little halfling. That is pretty much all that happened.
Well, there was also meeting Father Lucian, accepting a task from him to investigate some myconids, and you have now probably found the source of Farmer Galen's crop problems.
Yeah, but that isn't important. Our viewers are just here to watch my character.
They watched your character almost kill a poor defenseless halfling.
Like I said, I was tricked. It wasn't my fault. Anyone who says otherwise is just trying to cancel me.
All right, well, I guess that is pretty much everything that happened last session. If you have missed any of the previous episodes, they can all be found here. Should we get started then?
Yeah, let's get started.
We start our session in the cabbage field. It is just before midnight, and the 2 injured halflings have been patched up and look like they are going to be able to make it. One of them, an older halfling, steps forward. I am sorry we were stealing cabbages. Thank you for not killing us, though. You notice that they are staying a healthy distance away from Donatello as they address Barack. We know stealing is wrong, but we were forced out of our home just a few weeks ago. Finding this field of cabbages was happenstance, but we are starving. We tried not to take too many.
Yeah, it looks like you have all had a rough go of things. May I ask your name? Also, what forced you from your home? Is there anything that we can do to help?
And what is this black stuff you are leaving behind? Is it tar or droppings from a black ooze?
I am Falnad, the leader of this tribe. These are my brothers and sisters, Vinhas, Urifer, Garfire, Yenzor, and Erdak. A hill giant invaded our home, or rather, destroyed our home by building theirs on top of ours. We lost a great many family members that day.
I am sorry to hear that. Hill giants are very inconsiderate. I have dealt with them in the past, and they are no good.
And the black stuff?
That is a special concoction called Veratrum. It is harmless to eat, but it tends to drive away scary stuff. We use it around our home to protect us. It didn't seem to bother the hill giants, though. We thought it might cover our tracks here.
Ah, yes, Veratrum, I know that stuff, I think. Do I know that stuff, Ben?
Roll a nature check.
I got a 12.
You don't know anything about it. It seems to be something that this particular tribe of halflings have invented.
Is your home far from here? Maybe we could remove these hill giants?
It is not far, maybe 3 or 4 miles to the northeast. If you would be able to remove the giants from our old home, we would be greatly indebted to you.
Yeah, let us see what we can do. We should go wake Galen and let him know what is going on first.
I don't think that is a good idea. He might try to harm these little guys. They have been stealing his cabbages.
I don't think he would do that, but okay, we can head up to their home first and then update Galen when we return.
How long will he be asleep for? He looks comfortable. Man, I am getting tired too.
He will be asleep until morning. The sleep spell won't wear off unless someone wakes him or he takes damage. You are all going to head up to the halfling home then?
Might as well. Seems like the best way to resolve this.
You travel in the direction the halfling pointed, and an hour or so later, come upon a small grassy knoll. It is clear that something had happened here. You can see sections of the knoll caved in, and you can even see into some of the rooms of the halfling's house.
This reminds me of a small place in the New York countryside back in the 1800s. There was a knoll just like this, except it was just a normal hill and wasn't a halfling house.
So you are saying that you saw a grassy hill in the 1800s?
Exactly, it looked just like this.
I have no idea how you are still alive, Sleepy Joe. All right, can we see the hill giants, or how can we find them?
You can hear a low snoring coming from the far side of the hill.
Okay, how should we approach this? We could sneak up on him and try to get some hits in while he is waking up.
I speak giant. Why don't I just go talk to him?
Okay, but if you can't convince him to leave, then we will have to fight him anyways. Might as well hurt him while we can.
This is a bit of a long shot, but I had an old friend named Odysseus. He was up against a sleeping cyclops, so he just stabbed it in the eye while it was still asleep. I think we should do that here.
You want to cut out its eyes while it is sleeping? Christ, Joe, that is pretty brutal.
I think it is a good idea, surprisingly. I didn't think Joe could come up with something like that.
All right, fine, Ben. We want to sneak up on it and stab it in the eyes. Do we all need to roll stealth?
I will just have one of you make a stealth roll with advantage. Who wants to do it?
I think I have the best stealth stat, so I can do it. That's a 16 after the advantage roll.
All right. You sneak around the hill and find a slumbering hill giant, probably around 20 feet tall when it is standing up and just about as wide. It is currently sleeping on its side.
I get up close to it and get ready to stab it in one of its eyes.
I don't have any blades, but I can try to use Scorching Ray on the other one.
We might need the spell slot. I can use an arrow.
Simultaneously, you both stab the hill giant in the eyes. It immediately awakes, screaming and thrashing about, taking 34 piercing damage. I am going to need all of you to make dexterity saving throws to see if you can avoid the flailing giant.
I got an 11.
I only got a 5.
I got pretty lucky, 16.
All right. Donald and Joe are going to get knocked over and take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as the giant swats you both back. Obama is able to avoid the limbs and make it a safe distance away. The giant scrambles to its feet, holding one hand out in front of it and the other to its eyes. It starts screaming in giant.
Hey, I speak giant. What is it saying?
You hear it call out, Henrietta. Henrietta, help. Something poked my eyes. I can't see anything.
Uh-oh, guys, he is calling for someone named Henrietta.
You hear stomping coming from the forest, and a second hill giant sprints into the field, wielding a small tree as a club.
Can I cast Scorching Ray at her?
You can when it is your turn. First, we are going to roll for initiative.
I got a 3.
I got a 19.
I got an 11.
I got a 13 for the giants, so it will go Joden, Giants, Donatello, and then Barack. Joden, you're up first.
First, I want to try to move to cover. Am I able to get up into a tree or hide in part of the rubble of the halfling house?
Sure, you couldn't make it to the tree line, but you could hide in the house if you want.
Great, after I get there, I want to shoot an arrow at the new giant. That is a 16 to hit and a 5 on damage.
All right. The arrow sinks into the belly of the new giant, but it doesn't seem fazed as it continues running towards the injured giant. Henrietta reaches the blinded giant and grabs his hand and begins leading him towards the forest. Looking over her shoulder, she spots Donatello and throws her tree at him. Donatello, make another dexterity saving throw.
I say it all the time, but this game is bullshit. That is a natural one.
Well, you aren't able to jump out of the way, and the small tree crashes into you, knocking the breath out of you as the branches gash along your whole body. Your armor protects you from a lethal blow, but it was a bad hit. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have 3 health left. That is so stupid. Do I have to spend my turn getting out from under the tree too?
I am afraid so, Donatello. Sorry, the dice can be cruel sometimes.
Yeah, it does happen to all of us. Is it Donatello's turn then?
Yeah. What all do you want to do with your turn, Donatello? It will take an action and a strength check to get the tree off of you, but you will still have movement and a potential bonus action.
And I can't use Action Surge because we haven't rested since I used it against the halflings, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Well, that is bullshit, all I have to say about it. I guess I will try to get the tree off of me and chase after the 2 giants. Could I also use my second wind to regain 10 hit points?
Yeah, you can do that. That puts you back up to 13 then. Do you want to make a strength check for the tree?
That is a 16 on my strength check.
You succeed in pushing the tree off and getting out and begin chasing down the giants. Barak, it is your turn now.
I will cast Scorching Ray on Henrietta. First roll is a 13 to hit and a 9 on damage.
That barely hits. A beam of orange fire lashes her back as she runs into the forest.
Second roll is a 15 to hit and an 11 on damage.
That one hits as well, causing her to let go of the other giant's arm and stop in her tracks, turning slowly to face the group.
Uh-oh. I didn't think she would turn around. Well, I still get one more attack, and then I'm going to move to the halfling house as well. That is a 10 to hit, so that misses, I assume.
Yeah, that one misses. She is looking angry and begins marching towards you as you run to the halfling house. She seems to be ignoring Donatello at the moment. The other giant stumbles away blindly into the forest.
My turn then?
Yeah, it is your turn.
I am going to shoot at her with my longbow. That is a 18 to hit, but only a 4 on the damage. I rolled a 1 on my damage die.
All right, you loose another arrow, which is again lost like a splinter on this massive giant. She rushes forward, swinging a fist to pick up Barak. So we are going to make a dexterity challenge. I will roll and add my modifier, and you roll and add yours. If she beats you, then she will pick you up. Otherwise, you are able to avoid her grasp. That is a 12 on my part.
Well, I also got a natural one. This isn't going to be good.
She succeeds in picking you up then as you are not able to escape her grasp, and with a motion flings you across the field. You land with a sickening thump against a tree, taking 11 bludgeoning damage from the throw.
I think I have less health than Donatello now. Good thing I dodged the blind giant at first. Well, it is Donatello's turn now.
Yeah, it is my turn. Time to wreck this giant. I'm going to go up and attack her with my longsword. That is another natural 20. Told you guys I was going to destroy her. And I rolled max on my damage die, so that is 19 damage.
She howls with pain as you drive your longsword through her leg and kicks out at you. That is a 15 to hit, so it misses. She is then going to begin to run into the forest after the other giant, meaning you will get an attack of opportunity as well, Donatello.
That is a 16 to hit and a 5 on damage.
All right. As she begins to run away, you are able to slash her leg with your longsword. She is able to maintain her balance and trajectory running into the forest, though.
I say we let her go this time. I can't take much more of this.
I didn't take that much damage there, but I think we should let them go too. They are just hill giants after all.
Fine, we can let them go, but just know that I would have killed both of them if I needed to. I may be down to 3 health, but I am not scared of anybody, especially not those hill giants.
Now that the immediate threat has passed, what would you guys like to do?
I think I need to take at least a short rest to recover some of my hit points.
We can bunker down in the halfling home for a bit. Might be some leftover food or valuables.
Yes, I claim everything of value that we find. It is all mine.
We should share anything we find between all of us. We all helped with the hill giants.
Oh, yeah? Well, who did the most damage? Just a little hint, it was me.
Donatello, you already have 50 gold more than us. Let's just share anything we find.
Fine, whatever. I'll have a bit of pity on you guys because you are so broke.
All right. you are able to find a gold teapot that looks to be a family heirloom, worth probably 30 gold pieces or so, as well as 15 actual gold pieces. You also find a collapsed passageway and think you can hear voices from the other side of the wall.
Can we dig out the passageway?
You can, but it will take probably until morning to clear it all away. I will still let you have the short rest if you want, but you won't be able to take a long rest since you are doing manual labor.
That sounds good. For a short rest, we can roll a portion of our hit dice and regain that many points, right?
That's right. I believe Barak can also recover a single first-level spell as well. Donatello does not recover his action surge, though.
I don't need it. I can kill enemies without it. I'm going to roll all 3 of my hit dice. I regain 16 health points, so I'm almost back up to full.
I get back 12, not bad, but I'm still injured. Can I also cast Healing Word on myself to gain a couple more?
Yeah, using that first-level spell slot that you recovered?
That is what I was thinking. Only a 1 on the dice, so that is 4 hit points back. Just enough to put me back up to full health.
I'll roll all of my dice as well. That is a 18 total. I don't get temporary hit points for the excess or anything, do I?
No excess hit points for overhealing. You are up to full health now, though. All right, with taking breaks and resting up, you are all able to feel a lot better. You are also able to clear out the passageway. On the other side, you find 2 young halflings, stuck in a kitchen of some sort. Thank goodness, we thought we were going to be stuck in there forever.
Glad to help. We will be heading back towards your tribe, too. We can take you with us if you want.
Our tribe! Oh my goodness, I thought that they were dead. We need to get out of here, though. There are some nasty hill giants. We were trying to escape, but the path collapsed before we made it out. It is such a relief to hear that the others are okay. We would be glad to go with you.
Before you do, though, we would like to discuss perhaps a form of payment.
Christ, Donatello, they just lost their home. Have a bit of mercy. Also, we handled the hill giants. They shouldn't be a problem.
Fine, but never let it be said that I never cut anyone some slack. All right, we take them back to the farm to meet up with their people. It looks like Joe is asleep, though, so we should probably call this session there.
Joe, wake up, Joe. We are ending the session.
Whoa, sorry guys, must have drifted off for a second there. We are all done, though?
Yeah, this is a good place to end. We will pick up tomorrow with taking the 2 rescued halflings back to their tribe and talking with Galen at his farm. Between today and tomorrow, we will also level up to level 4, so things will start getting better from here on. I know it kind of negates everything we did for the short rest, but I will allow everyone to heal back up to full and recover abilities and spells.
Thanks, Ben. Man, I am already the strongest fighter in probably the whole world, and when we come back tomorrow, I am going to be even stronger. Can you believe that, Barak? Joden? You guys might be getting stronger too, but don't forget that I could still whip your asses up and down the block for days.
I don't think that you have ever been able to do that, except maybe at level 1 when I only had like 7 hit points. But after that, there is no way that you could be both Joe and me in single combat. Though this does sound like a fun test that we should run someday.
That would be a fun one-off video. Non-canon, of course. If the viewers seem interested in that, maybe we can make a Donatello versus Barak and Joden video. Really try to emphasize and show the combat side of Dungeons & Dragons. There is a lot more than just role-playing in 5th edition, but we should call it there, guys. Thank you all for joining.
You're welcome, Ben. It really is a fun time to be playing D&D here. I know most of us don't always see eye to eye, but it's nice to know that there are friends to be had in Dungeons & Dragons.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Joe. And to our viewers, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more of us playing D&D.
Until tomorrow, then. We will see you all next time. Welcome back to the presidential D&D campaign, where AI voices of U.S. presidents get together to play some Dungeons & Dragons. I am Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master. In between this and our last session, everyone leveled up to level 4. I believe that Barak and Joden both chose ability score improvements, and Donatello took the alert feat to gain a +5 bonus to initiative, and he can't be surprised anymore.
Yeah, I did. Never again am I going last in combat. I personally believe that the fighter class should have the alert feat built into it, but for some reason Ben wouldn't let me homebrew that. Still though, now that I'm going first, I highly doubt that Barak and Joden will ever even be able to do anything in combat.
I think we will be able to do pretty much the same thing we have always done. I don't think that going first even makes that big of a difference unless you have some special ability or something.
I have a special ability. It is called being the best. You wouldn't understand.
I don't think you're the best. You almost killed a halfling 2 episodes ago. Just a poor, defenseless, starving halfling. That is something a bully does, not someone who is the best.
Now Joe is spouting off fake news. I will let everyone know the truth. I never attacked a defenseless halfling in my life. The halfling I attacked was in the middle of attacking Barack. Yeah, that part doesn't get covered in the mainstream media. Nor does the fact that I then saved both Barack and Joden from a hill giant last episode.
For our viewers who may not quite understand what we are referring to, this is episode 5 of the presidential D&D campaign. If you missed any of the first 4, they can all be found in this playlist on the channel. Now, most of what happened last session has been alluded to, but I'll give a quick recap. The party went to help the gnomes reclaim their home, which had been destroyed by 2 hill giants. The party then blinded one of them, who ran off into the forest and wounded the other before it too escaped into the forest. Finally, the party rescued 2 halflings from the destroyed home and is on their way back to Galen's farm to reunite the halflings and fix Galen's crop problems.
Thanks, Ben. You covered all of that really well.
Thanks, Obama. Now, the party travels for about an hour, and the sun begins to rise over the distant horizon as you reach Galen's farm. As you walk down to the farm, you notice Galen beginning to wake up, looking confused as he sees you approaching with 2 halflings.
Galen, hello. My apologies for not waking you last night. However, we found the source of your crop problem. There is a tribe of starving halflings whose home was destroyed by a hill giant. We ran off the hill giants, which means that the halflings should be able to return to their home and you shouldn't keep having crops go missing.
Starving halflings, you say? I would never have guessed. Maybe I could offer them some cabbages before they head off. I am not wealthy by any means, but I know what it is like to be hungry. So if I can help them in any way, then I will.
Before we talk about giving the halflings cabbages, we need to discuss our payment. What are you going to give us for helping solve your little problem?
Christ, Donald, you really are obsessed with money, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I don't have much that I can offer. I barely will have enough to get through the winter, even with the Abbey's help.
We are not taking your money, Galen. Instead, maybe you could offer us some information. We heard you say that Father Lucian had protected the amulet. What did you mean by that?
His face flushed with embarrassment. I am going to have you roll for persuasion. I'll give you advantage since you leveraged the situation well.
That's a 14. Not great, but could have been worse.
Unfortunately, you needed a 15 to successfully convince him to divulge that type of information. He stammers a bit before looking away. I'm sorry, I really am grateful for what you have done, but I can't tell you that. I shouldn't have said what I said anyways, and the priests would skin me alive if I told you something of that nature.
I unsheathe my sword and ask him again. What were you saying about that amulet?
His face looks crestfallen, as his heroes, the people who had come out of nowhere to help him, are now threatening him for information. I can see that I was right not to tell. Kill me if you must. But if I told you then, the priests would have my head anyways.
Donatello, put that away. You truly are the worst.
Worst? I am the best at everything. Go back to sleep, Sleepy Joe.
You kind of are being the worst, Donatello. Please put the sword away. We will be lucky if Galen doesn't go to the town guard now. Ben, can I roll another persuasion check to convince Galen that Donatello was way out of line and ask him not to go to the guard?
Sure, I'll allow that. Do you put away your sword, Donatello?
Fine, whatever. I put my sword back in its sheath and begin walking back towards town.
That's a 16 on the persuasion check.
That's good enough that you feel reasonably assured he won't go to the town guard. What would you all like to do now?
Do we have any other quests on our plate?
Father Lucian had requested that you go investigate the Myconid colony that has been acting strangely, and the cave in question was in between you and the town.
Sweet, let's go there then. Can we catch up to Donatello and head to the cave?
Fine. Let's go to the cave. But I swear, I better be able to kill something real quick here, and we better get some more gold. This has been a treasure-free campaign thus far.
You still have more gold than either of us, Donatello. Besides, Thorn will pay us if we decide to help him.
I'm just saying you said that helping the townspeople instead of Thorn would get us more money. But it seems like the town is broke. We haven't earned a penny helping them yet.
We gained some gold from the halfling home, right, Ben?
Yeah, I think that you found a gold teapot worth 30 gold and 15 gold coins or something like that. Split between you, someone has the teapot to sell at a later time, and each of you got 5 gold. Did you all mark that on your sheets?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, I am carrying the teapot too. Not a chance I'm letting anyone else touch it. We can split the funds once we sell it, but until then it is mine.
Okay, fine. That works for me. To the Myconid colony, then?
You make the trek peacefully, and before midday rises overhead. Just up the path, you can see a cluster of mushrooms around the entrance to the cave.
I should go first, guys. I am a ranger, so these myconids will recognize me as a friend.
Sounds good to me.
I will follow close behind and ready my sword.
As you enter the cave, you find that the mushrooms quickly fade and the inside of the cave is barren. It splits off into two directions, both of which lead into the same main cavern. In the cavern, you find a tall stone statue, one that looks like it has been here for a long time.
Wait, so there aren't any mushrooms or mushroom people?
Not that you can see. There were some mushrooms around the entrance, but the rest of the cave doesn't have any.
I draw my sword looking for something to kill.
Joden, is this normal for a myconid colony? Did we miss something?
I don't know. I would have thought they lived in here. Ben, can I make a nature check to see where the myconids would be?
Sure, go ahead, Joe.
That's a 19.
The mushrooms outside did look like myconid mushrooms, and this would be their home. So it is very strange that nothing is here. As you continue looking around the cave, you feel a rumbling coming from the entrance.
I rush around to see what happened.
You see a group of people in white robes pushing a large boulder into the entrance, effectively sealing you inside.
Oh, no, they didn't. Was that the priests?
It looked like it. Ben, would we be able to move the boulder?
You can try, but first, as Donatello heads over to the entrance, you feel a heavy blow on your shoulder, like a knife slicing into your armor, and you take 11 damage and are pushed into a wall, Donatello. We will roll for initiative.
Wait, what attacked me?
As you spin around, you see the light blue outline of a swirling mist. You see it raise another arm to strike you. Luckily, due to your alert feat, that attack will have been its first turn. All right. What did everyone get?
I got a 12.
I got a 23. That is what I am talking about. A trained fighter such as myself should never have an initiative below 20. It just isn't immersive.
I only got a 5. It was a natural one on the roll.
All right, so we will go Donatello, Barak, and then Joden, after which it will go back to Donatello, then the monster, and we will go from there. Donatello, what do you want to do for your turn?
I want to slash at it with my longsword. That is a 17 to hit and an 8 on damage.
As you slash it, you notice that it reforms around your sword. It doesn't seem very affected by your swing.
That is bullshit. I have never been ineffective at anything against anything or anywhere. All right, well, I'll take an action surge to attack it again. That is a 15 to hit and an 11 on damage.
Once again, it reforms after your swing. You do notice that it takes just a microsecond longer to reform, though that could have been a trick of the light.
All right, my turn then, right?
Yep, it is your turn now.
I want to move to where I can cast Burning Hands without hitting Donatello. Is that possible?
Yeah, you can maneuver to his side and cast that.
Sweet, so it has to make a dexterity saving throw or take 11 damage, half that on a successful save.
That is only an 11. I'm guessing that fails?
Yeah, it needed a 14.
All right. You let a wave of fire wash out of your hands, enveloping the strange creature in the flames. It takes 11 fire damage.
Sweet, all right, Joe's turn then.
Yeah, my turn. I'm going to back up across the room and shoot an arrow at the creature. That is a 12 to hit and a 10 on damage.
The arrow flies wide as the creature reforms after the fire blast. You missed that one.
All right, no worries. I'll get it next time.
You literally did nothing there, Joe. Why do we even have you in the party?
Jesus, Donald, you are in a bad mood today. Joe, you do a lot for the party. Sorry you missed. Donatello, it's your turn, I think.
Yeah, Donatello's turn. Donald, please be respectful of others, though.
I was just joking, guys. Chill out. Always so serious. It is just a game. All right, I'm going to attack it with my longsword again. That is a 24 to hit and a 9 on damage.
Wait, a 24? Was that a 19 on the dice? I think you have improved critical, so that is a critical hit, right?
You're damn right, Ben. I can't believe I forgot that. I'm turning into Sleepy Joe over here. All right, so 17 damage then.
You swing a vertical strike right through the creature, and it takes a full second for it to reform afterwards. All right, it is going to slam both Donatello and Barak this turn. That is a 14 to hit Donatello, which misses, and a 16 to hit Barak. It'll be 10 damage to Barak then.
Ouch, this thing hurts. All right, my turn, though?
Not quite. Joden, as you are across the room, you see some of the dust in the center of the room begin to swirl, and a couple of small, imp-like creatures rise out of it.
Oh, dust mephits? Those guys are cool.
Christ, Ben, more enemies? You really are trying to put us through the ringer here.
It's okay, guys. I took Horde Breaker so I can handle the mephits. How many are there, Ben?
You see 3 rise out of the center of the room. They won't take a turn until next round, though. Barak, it is your turn now.
You sure you can handle them, Joden?
Yeah, I don't know if I will kill them this turn, but I can kill them.
All right, in that case, I'm going to use Scorching Ray and target the invisible stalker with all 3 rays.
I think you can just roll them all at the same time.
Damn, that is a 15, an 11, and a natural one, which is a 7. That was some terrible rolling. All right, only one of those hits?
Yeah, just the 15.
All right, that is 8 fire damage. Finally, I am going to enter Blade Song as my bonus action.
All right, that gives you a good bonus to your AC, yeah?
Yeah, so I have a 16 armor class now, not bad.
I still have a better armor class, though, Barack. All right, Joden's turn. We gotta hurry up. I'm going to destroy this thing on my turn.
Yeah, it's Joden's turn. What do you want to do, Joden?
I'm going to attack with my longbow, and my Horde Breaker will let me attack an adjacent enemy as well. First attack is a 16 to hit, second is a natural 20.
Nice, both of those hit.
Sweet, alright, that is 9 damage on the first and 16 on the second, counting the additional 8 for the critical strike.
One of them explodes in a cloud of dust, and the other turns to look at you, snarling. The final one lets out a laugh that chills all of you to your bones.
Not me, nothing scares me. All right, my turn finally?
Yeah, your turn, Donatello. What do you want to do?
I don't have a lot of options other than my longsword, so I am just going to use that. That's only a 12. This is bullshit. How could I miss? He is right in front of me.
Well, it is a swirling mist of half-invisible air in a dimly lit cave. Sorry, it just happens that way sometimes.
Whatever. It is just stupid I have to wait a whole other round in order to do something again. When do I get the extra attack option?
I think it is next level that you get to start attacking twice whenever you take the attack action. We just leveled up last session, so it will probably be either next session or the one after that we level up again.
Fine, let's just get a move on. I want it to be my turn again.
All right, it is the monster's turns now. The 2 dust mephits are going to move to attack Joden. That is only an 8 and then a 9, so I think both of those miss.
Wait, how do I know if they hit me again?
They have to get equal to or above your armor class. I think yours is probably like 14 or 15.
Is that this box that says AC?
Yeah, Joe, that's the one.
Alright, yeah, mine is 14. They don't hit me.
Cool. Next, the invisible creature is going to swing at both Barack and Donatello again. That's a 14 on both, which I don't think hits either of you because of your bonus from Blade Singing Barack.
Yeah, my temporary armor class for the next minute is 16. My turn then?
Yeah, that was a kind of dumb turn for me too. I missed on 4 attacks.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away, am I right? For my turn, I am going to use another level 2 slot to cast Scorching Ray again. That is an 18, a 16, and a 9 in that order. 2 of those hit then?
Yep, so you can roll 4d6 for damage.
That's 14 damage.
The creature rears back in pain, and the 2 of you can see a small metal cylinder floating in the middle of it before it begins to reform again. Joden, your turn again.
I'm going to drop my bow and pull out my 2 short swords. I think that means that I can attack one twice and then the other one only once.
Yeah, that is correct. Since you are fighting with 2 weapons, you can make the first attack and then use your bonus action for a second attack. And then Horde Breaker kicks in and lets you make a third attack on an adjacent creature.
Sweet. All right, that is a 23, an 8, and a 16 to hit, so I hit both of them once?
Yep, that sounds right.
That's 8 damage to the first one and only 4 to the second.
Is the 8 damage going to the injured one from last time?
Yeah, that makes sense to do that.
That one explodes in another burst of dust. You are going to need to make a Constitution saving throw or be blinded for a minute.
Damn, that is only an 8.
All right. You are blinded then. You can make that saving throw again on the beginning of your next turn. Otherwise, you will have disadvantage on just about everything.
I have a +5 dexterity saving throw. I should have succeeded there. Oh well, I'll get it the next turn. The other mephit is still alive?
Yeah, the other one is still alive. Donatello, you are up again.
It's about damn time. Can I swing at the metal cylinder?
Yeah, you can do that.
That's a 15 to hit and an 11 on damage.
You smash the cylinder with your sword and it splits in 2. The creature screeches and launches itself out of the room. The last mephit is going to run away as well, but Joden, you will get an attack of opportunity as it flees.
After disadvantage from the blindness, that's a 14 to hit and a 6 on damage.
It is mortally wounded, but still manages to escape. All right, I think that will end this combat. We should probably end the session too. This is a good stopping place.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm excited to get revenge on those priests next session.
Those guys are so dead. They don't even know it yet, but they are just walking corpses.
Wait, why are we mad at the priests again? I thought they were the good guys.
Oh my God, Joe, you need to start writing these things down. The priests locked us in this cave with an invisible assassin. Oh, and we need to examine that metal cylinder next session too. Can't forget to do that.
Don't worry, I won't forget.
You probably will, Joe. You forget literally everything that happens in a day. Anyways, to our viewers, if you liked the video, which let's be honest, you did, then hit that like button and subscribe to help us make more D&D content in the future.
Until tomorrow then, we will see you all next time. Welcome back to the presidential D&D campaign, where AI voices of previous presidents get together to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I am Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master.
It's crazy we are back for our 6th episode already. Feels like only a couple of days ago we got started playing Dungeons and Dragons.
It was only a couple of days ago, Joe. We post a new session every day on this channel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Things are starting to heat up in the campaign as well. Who would like to give us our recap from last session?
I can do it this time, Ben. So last session, we finished up helping the halflings and Galen the farmer, and then left to go to investigate the Myconid colony for Father Lucian. However, we found that there was not a Myconid colony, and instead some of the priests locked us in a cave with some sort of invisible assassin. Then there were also some little dust imps. I think they were called Mephits. But Joden handled those while Donatello and I focused on the big guy.
And before anyone tries to change history, I was the one who killed the invisible assassin, and I did the most damage to it too.
Well, you guys didn't actually kill him, if you remember. You hit the metal cylinder Donatello, and then it was able to escape through the entrance. One of the dust Mephits was able to run away as well.
I forgot about the cylinder. What is on it again?
Yes, that is a good starting place. The cylinder is inscribed in some foreign language. Does anyone speak Celestial?
I speak Celestial. We had to learn it as part of my Languages of the Realms curriculum. What does it say then?
The broken cylinder has instructions for summoning an invisible stalker on one side, a creature that is bound to its master until it has accomplished the task. On the other side, you find all of your names inscribed, as well as an author's signature spelling out Sanitas.
I knew those priests were up to no good. You all wanted us to trust them and help them, and nobody listened to me that they were bad news and were going to try to kill us.
I don't remember you saying anything like that.
Well, I did. First thing when we got to town, I said the priests and that Father Lucian guy were bad news.
Well, I don't remember that either, but a reminder to our viewers that this is episode 6 in a homebrew campaign. If you haven't watched the first 5 episodes, they are all in the Presidential D&D campaign playlist on the channel, which you can go to by clicking the link.
Thanks for that reminder, Ben. All right, so it looks like the church itself just sent an invisible assassin after us. It is interesting, though, that they waited until we were in a secluded area. They probably could have just killed us in the city, right?
Well, it looks like Kieran doesn't like them and is pushing back. Maybe they thought that if they killed us in the town square, Kieran could use it to take away their power.
Good point, Joe. It would appear that everyone in town knows we are here for the artifact, too. It was damn bad luck that the other adventuring party showed up at the same time as us. I don't think we can convince anyone that we aren't here for the artifact now.
So we should just find it and steal it for Thorn then. This town sucks. First, nobody pays us anything, and now they are trying to kill us.
Wait, guys, if they are trying to kill us, do you think Thorn is still okay?
Damn, you're right, Joe. They are probably going to kill him, too. All right. We need to push the boulder out of the way and get back to town quickly. Hopefully they won't attack us on sight, and maybe Kieran will protect us and Thorn, too.
You are able to clear the boulder out of the way with all 3 of you pushing on it, and hike quickly back to town. The farm wasn't far, and the cave was in between the farm and the town, so you make good time. It looks to be around 3 or 4 in the afternoon when you reach Loudwater again, the sound of the waterfall heralding the end of the hike. Where do you want to go first?
Let's head to Thorn at the Blessed Waters first. Gotta make sure that we get our money, am I right?
I still am not sold that we helped Thorn obtain the artifact yet. The priests probably thought that we are here to steal it, so they were just protecting their interests. Not that that makes it better that they tried to kill us, though. We should gather up Thorn first and then head over to Kieran, though. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree that is the best course of action. Good plan, Donatello.
I only come up with good plans. All right, Ben. We head to the Blessed Waters to try to take Thorn over to Kieran's house for protection.
As you move through the town, you aren't attacked or anything. You do notice that any of the priests of Sanitas that you pass duck their heads and whisper to each other when they see you, after which they begin heading towards the cathedral.
Yeah, we gotta hurry. Maybe we do need to get out of town.
Let's try Kieran first. Might end in a battle, but hopefully his place is somewhat defensible.
You make it to the Blessed Waters and find Thorn at the bar, looking quite miserable. He cheers up almost immediately after you walk in, though. Friends, I had thought you gone after you missed our rendezvous last night. I am glad to see your return.
Sorry about that, Thorn. We got tied up helping a farmer and then getting trapped in a cave with an assassin. We are fine, though.
An assassin? Sent by who? I made sure to keep our trek here relatively unknown. I can't think of anyone who would have sent an assassin.
It was the church here, those damn priests of Sanitas. Vadric was right to warn us. Surprisingly, not that we couldn't handle them, and I still think that I could take all the priests if they come after us again.
Why would the church want to attack us? Did you tell them why we are here? Perhaps it is a religious artifact then. It could make sense for the church to be defending it. We aren't here to steal it, though. I just wanted to trade.
They were able to figure it out because, Father Lucian knew that, something or other. I don't remember. But no, I don't think we told them. Did we tell them, guys?
No, but apparently there was another group of adventurers who came to town either this week or last week. They might not have been so covert with their intentions either. The town probably thinks we are working with them.
Damn. Those rumors must have traveled farther than I thought. All right. Well, should we leave then? If the church has already tried to kill you, I'm not sure if we could even obtain the artifact. But my people need it if we have any hope of coming back to life.
I'm not so sure taking the artifact is a good idea, but I do think that the town needs help. If there was another group of adventurers already, then who knows who else will come for it. They need more protection than a wall. I'm betting there are a lot of hands that would love to get a hold of the artifact.
Wait, you guys aren't going to help me then? What about King Rex? What about the curse?
Relax, Thorn. We haven't decided yet. We are going where the money is, and a whole town of grateful people, even if they all seem to be broke, might pay better. No offense. That's what you get for hiring adventurers.
Well, that seems a bit one-dimensional of our motives. We also want to be on the good side of things. This town had a good thing going for a long time until rumors of this artifact got out. We don't want to destroy a town to save your people, Thorn. No offense.
You think I want that? I don't want to destroy this town either. But like you said, rumors are out, and there are people coming for this artifact. How long do you think they will last if the Academy learns of such an artifact? Or the tribes of the North? Taking this artifact means that their town will live, even if people get sick again.
Maybe. We need to focus on now, though. Those priests saw us come into town. They could be sending people for us at any moment. We need to get over to Kiran's and ask for protection until we can sort this mess out.
Yeah, that is a good idea, Joden. Thorn, you need to come with us over to Kiran's. Not sure yet if he will protect us, but it is better than being here.
All right, yeah, whatever you say. The crates are up in my room, though. We need to bring those along.
Fine, let's get them and get out of here.
You are able to get all of the boxes and make your way over to Kiran's house. It is a modest mansion, with a well-maintained but not too elaborate garden out front, and a few servants moving around the edge of the perimeter.
Did any priests follow us?
Make a perception check.
That's a 12.
You noticed some on the street, but they didn't seem to be following you, or even really paying much attention to you.
All right, I knock on the door to let them know we are here.
A few moments pass, and then a man, probably in his late 40s, opens the door. Hello, I am Stapes, servant of the Delaver House. How may I be of assistance?
Look here, okay, we need to talk to Kiran. Where is he at?
I'm afraid that the master is indisposed at the moment. However, I can let him know you are here if you wish to wait in the dining hall. Shouldn't be more than a few moments. He looks at all of the boxes you are carrying, and I can send a servant to help carry some of these boxes as well. We can just set them in the foyer until your business is concluded.
Thanks, Stapes. That would be most helpful.
He leads you into the dining hall, one of the more ornate rooms in the house. A large table takes up the center of the room, and a picture of Kiran, a woman, and a young boy hangs above the massive fireplace.
His wife and kid?
Yes, sir. That is the Lady Melanie and the young Master Tarkin. Neither of them are home at the moment.
Thanks again for your help and assistance, Stapes. I think we will be all right here.
Of course, sir. I will leave you to it and notify the master of your arrival. As I mentioned, he should be here momentarily. Stapes leaves the room, closing the door behind him.
Anyone else getting a bad feeling that we are about to get ambushed?
Maybe. He was pretty helpful. That would be a low blow to ambush us in Kiran's dining hall, though. The place would get trashed.
I think he's just a good guy. I don't think we will get ambushed by the priests or anyone. Let's just give it a few minutes and see if Kiran comes downstairs.
Thorn clears his throat. While we wait, perhaps we can come to a more beneficial agreement about working with me to procure the artifact. I will double my offer. 500 gold pieces each, most likely paid in bars, upon returning the artifact to Castle Avernus and King Rex. Is that sufficient to sway you back to helping me?
Hell yeah, it is. Man, I could do a lot with that type of gold. That's a lot. I don't even need to negotiate on that one.
You seem pretty determined to obtain the artifact when you don't even know if it will help your people at all. I get the feeling something more is going on here. What aren't you telling us, Thorn?
Does it matter? I'm offering 1,000 gold pieces to help me get the artifact, plus the additional 35 for guarding me on the trip back to King Rex. That's 570 gold pieces total for your troubles.
That's fair. You do seem pretty desperate, though. Maybe your intentions aren't as honorable as you are making it sound. Maybe you are going to use this artifact to, I don't know, destroy the world or something. Then that gold doesn't do us much good.
What have I done to convince you all that I am on the bad side of things here? I even told you that we wouldn't steal the artifact if the townspeople refuse. Yet you still look at me as the villain.
We don't think you are a villain, Thorn, just that you aren't telling us the whole story. You and King Rex chose us. You must have known that we would ask questions.
I'm not asking any questions. I'm all in for helping you, Thorn. I don't even care if you are a bad guy and planning to destroy the world or anything.
Christ, Donald, the money isn't worth that.
Thorn's face is contorted with anger. I thought that I could trust you all. I thought that you would help me save my kingdom and my people. I can see that I was wrong. I'll be leaving town tomorrow then. He storms out of the room, and you can hear him yell at a servant to take his chests back to the tavern.
Well, that spiraled a bit. I think we made the right choice, though.
The right choice? You both just threw away 535 gold pieces. That is a ton of money.
It is a ton of money, which just seems suspicious to me. I don't understand Thorn, and that is why I don't like him. He isn't being honest with us. I don't know what he is hiding.
Fine, whatever. We better make a ton of money doing this, though. You both owe me that gold he would have paid.
Fine. If we don't make money here, we will both pay you back that money. I am starting to think that the artifact is worth more than we were thinking, though. Maybe we could even sell it to someone else for more money.
Christ, we don't even know what the artifact is or where it is, and all you guys can think about is money. You are closer to bounty hunters than adventurers right now.
With that, you hear a knock on the door, and Stapes opens it, followed by Kiran. Good afternoon, my friends. My apologies for making you wait. It has been a busy day. Now, how can I help you? Stapes said that you had some business to discuss.
Yeah, those priests in town tried to kill us. What is up with that?
His face drops. What? They wouldn't do anything like that. That is surely crossing the line. How do you know the priest tried to kill you?
I saw them shoving a boulder in front of the entrance to a cave that Father Lucian had sent us to, and then there was an invisible assassin inside. As far as assassination attempts go, it wasn't the best.
I can't. I don't believe it. Father Lucian wouldn't do something like that. Wait. He sent that other group on an errand, too. They haven't been back for quite a while now. Damn, how could I miss something like that? He paces back and forth across the room.
Why would Father Lucian want to kill us?
Kiran stops his pacing and turns to face you, face serious and stern. Well, let's be honest here. For the first time since we have met. Why are you in town? Adventurers don't just find themselves in Loudwater looking for rest. We are way too far off the beaten path. And two groups in the same week? Impossible. Obviously, you are here for the amulet of St. Celine.
Well, that is the first time we have heard the name, but yes, kind of. We were hired by Thorn to help him trade for the artifact. Though, as you can see, Thorn isn't with us anymore.
Yeah, and he was paying us good money. You guys better pay us too for helping you instead of him. I waved my finger at him.
Really? You're going to help us? Why?
You guys weren't hurting anyone and were living peaceably. Then this rumor got out and people are going to come looking for the artifact. We just want to be on the good side of things and make a coin doing it too. I will wink at Donatello to try to mend some bridges.
Interesting. I didn't see this coming. All right, let's say that I believe you. There are some things that you would need to know. I will need to talk this over with Father Lucian, though. In the meantime, perhaps you could do something to gain my trust.
Did you not listen to us? Father Lucian is the one who was trying to kill us. And you are going to go tell him that we know about the amulet and that he should trust us too?
Father Lucian has consolidated a lot of political power in the last few months. Once the bandits attacked and him and his priests drove them off, he won over the favor of a lot of people. He is a sensible man, usually. I think he was just trying to act preemptively to get rid of the threat to our town.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Fine, what can we do to gain your trust?
My wife Melanie is sick. She doesn't use the power of the amulet like the rest of the town, and a while back she was cursed with a magical plague. There is a crystal grotto not far from here, where there grows a crystal that can help her stave off the effects for a while. However, it is now home to a nasty lightning elemental. The last servant I sent to get some didn't come back at all, and the guard brought back a charred corpse. I can't tell anyone of her condition, you see. My position in the town is too vulnerable.
Sure, what could go wrong going to another cave to do something for someone in town? That went pretty well last time.
I can see the irony. However, I am not misleading you or anything. There is a lightning elemental there, and it will be dangerous. However, I would be in your debt if you helped me.
Okay, we can do that. And then we can figure out how to help the town. Thorn said he was leaving tomorrow, so we won't have to worry about him.
And there better be gold at the end of this Kiran. We lost a lot to help you. I'm still not sure that was the right idea.
Of course. Thank you for your help. Well, guys, I think that we can end the session here if that works for everyone.
Thank goodness my eyes were starting to droop. I don't think I could have stayed awake for much longer.
Yeah, this seems like a good stopping place. This was a fun session.
It was some good role-playing opportunities. I feel like I'm starting to get more into the mind of my character.
Agreed. Well, everyone's still down to come have dinner at my house after this and maybe after a short nap?
That sounds good to me. I haven't been to the White House in a bit.
Sounds good. And to our viewers, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to see all of the videos in this series.
Until tomorrow, then. We will see you all next time. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the presidential D&D campaign, where AI-voiced U.S. presidents play Dungeons & Dragons with me, Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master.
Glad to be back, Ben. That last session was pretty crazy. I'm interested to see where things go from here. I feel kind of bad about how we left things with Thorn.
Who's Thorn again?
Well, I guess Joe doesn't feel bad. Maybe we could go talk to him again. He has a lot of money, and maybe we can work something out where he can have the amulet for a bit and then give it back to the townspeople.
Not a terrible idea for once, Donatello.
Well, does someone want to give us a recap? Joe, it is your turn, but I don't know if you remember.
Of course I remember. So I don't think there was any combat. We went and talked to Peter.
It was Thorn, Joe.
Who? I'm talking about the guy who hired us.
Yeah, that's Thorn, not Peter. We haven't even met a Peter in this campaign.
I knew a Peter once. Anyways, Thorn, you say? Fine, we went and talked to Thorn and then took him over to Kieran's house for protection. Got in a verbal fight with Thorn and he said he was leaving town before storming off. Then Kieran said that he appreciated our help and would try to convince Father Lucian that we are good guys, and asked us to help him in the meantime by recovering a crystal from a grotto that would help heal his wife from some magical sickness.
It was strange that his wife is sick. Why doesn't she just use the magical artifact to heal from that?
I don't know. Kieran seemed like he was going to tell us for a second there, but then he decided to talk to Lucian first. Maybe the artifact has some sort of downside or something.
That could make sense. Anyways, I think that is all that happened.
Yeah, thanks for the recap, Joe. If you missed the last episode or any of the previous ones, they can all be found in this playlist on the channel. All right, we will pick up from there then. Kieran pointed out the grotto where the crystal is and asked if you could go investigate.
Yeah, so we will head over there. Are we able to make it out of the city okay?
You do notice that some priests are still watching you, but nobody tries to stop you from leaving.
I don't trust these guys. I feel like Kiran is just leading us away so that the priest can try to kill us again.
I think Kieran is on our side. Let's just trust him for a minute. Besides, if the priests try to kill us again, we will probably escape and then we can come back for revenge.
Sounds like a plan. All right, we head over to the grotto. Kieran said it wasn't far, right?
True, it isn't far from the city. As you get closer, you find the cave quite easily. A small pond feeds into the front of it, and you can see blue lights flickering inside the cave.
We haven't taken a long or short rest since our fight with the invisible stalker, right?
No, you haven't yet. So I believe both Barak and Donatello are both injured and have used some of their abilities.
All right, here's what I think we should do. I can use invisibility and get in position inside, and then you guys can come rushing in. When the elemental turns to face you two, I'll reveal myself and cast Burning Hands at it. Might give us a bit of an edge. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yeah, sure. I am going to be able to do the most damage, so I'll run in first after Barak to get close to it. Then Joden can come in with his ranged attacks.
That sounds like a good plan, guys, but we will need to take a rest after this. I'm already starting to feel tired.
Joe, we started like 2 minutes ago. Jesus, you need to do aerobics or something to get your energy levels up.
He is just Sleepy Joe, that's how he is.
I was just talking about my character, guys. I don't think we really slept at all last night, and it was a long day. We were digging all night, too.
Yeah, you should all probably have a level of exhaustion, but we won't add that yet. You will need to sleep after the battle for sure. All right, so Barak is going to go invisible and then head into the cave.
Yeah, what do I see?
You see a glittering crystal cave and a ball of lightning that resembles a somewhat humanoid shape. It holds out a hand towards one of the crystals, which causes a blue flash of light that is visible from the outside. You hear what seems to be a chuckling laughter as it does so.
Oh, now I feel kind of bad. Still, I think this is our right course of action. All right, I get in position and get ready to cast Burning Hands.
I rush in yelling as I raise my sword.
And I follow as well, not yelling, but with my bow drawn.
All right, we will roll for initiative. But you guys were able to surprise the elemental, so it won't get a turn the first round of combat.
I got a 4 for initiative. I'm probably going last.
I got an 18. That alert feed is awesome. This is what a fighter should be like.
I got a 15, not too bad.
I got a 12 for the elemental, so if this goes to round 2, he will go after Joe and Donatello. For the surprise round, I'll let you guys take your turn however you want, though. I believe Barack will go first then.
Yeah, I'll let him go first with his spell.
Thanks, Donatello. All right, I cast Burning Hands. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'll say it automatically fails as part of the surprise.
Cool, all right, that's 15 points of fire damage.
It arches its back in pain and lightning arcs off of it. Barack, how close were you to it before you threw off invisibility?
Burning Hands is a 10-foot cone, so probably 5 feet away or so.
All right, nothing else happens then. Who wants to go next?
I'm up next. All right, I'm going to go in swinging my longsword. Damn, that's only a 9 to hit.
That doesn't quite hit then. It zaps away for a moment before zapping back, dodging your attack. Joden, you're up now. This is the last turn of the surprise round.
All right, I was going to attack with my longbow, but I actually am going to draw both short swords and attack it up close. That's an 11, followed by a natural 20 for the bonus attack.
Nice! All right, so normally you don't add your attack bonus to the critical roll, but I'll allow it this time since you missed with the other one.
This is going awesome. I rolled a 6 on my damage die, so that will be 15 damage with the critical.
This is bullshit. He is able to do 15 damage on his turn and I just miss? Maybe I need to start dual wielding.
Next level, you will also get your extra attack ability, which helps a lot too. All right, Joden, you get a good swing on it as it reappears after Donatello's attack, and it howls in pain. You will get struck by some lightning arcing off of it for... Damn, only 1 damage. Top of the round now, so it is Donatello's turn.
All right, if I miss again, I'm going to be pissed. That's an unnatural 20 for 12 damage.
Nice. You swing in it again, and it is still a bit dazed from Joden's attack, and you get a good hit off. You will take 3 damage as lightning arcs up your sword, however.
I'll take that trade. Is it looking wounded or weary?
Not yet. It still is giving off tons of electricity and seems more angry and annoyed than wounded. All right, Joden, you're up next.
I'm going to attack it twice again. That's a 21 and a 17. Not too shabby. The first will do 7 damage, and the second will only deal 2 since I don't add my modifier, right?
Yeah, that is right. In response, you will take 3 damage on the backlash as well. I'm not rolling super hot today. It is the elemental's turn now. It is going to zap both Donatello and Joden. That is a 14 to hit Donatello and a 9 to hit Joden. Damn, both of those miss. The elemental is also going to now jump into the crystal that it was examining before the battle. The crystal pulses with electric energy. Barack, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my last second-level spell slot to use Scorching Ray again, targeting the crystal, I guess. That is an 11 to hit and only 3 damage.
That does hit, and takes a chunk out of the crystal.
All right, second one is a 14 to hit and 9 damage.
That is going to shatter the crystal, which explodes with a wave of lightning. All of you are within 10 feet of the crystal, so I am going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. If you are wearing or wielding anything that is metal, you have disadvantage, which I think is both Donatello and Joden.
I got a 19 on my saving throw.
With the disadvantage, I only got 5.
I only got a 7 as well because of the disadvantage.
Donatello and Joe will both take 6 damage and fall prone as lightning races through your bodies, Barack. You only take 3 damage and do not fall prone. I think you also still have 1 more Scorching Ray.
That's a 15 to hit and a 7 on damage.
The elemental is slowing down a bit and is looking more wounded now. We are back to the top of the round, and so it is Donatello's turn.
Standing up takes half my movement, but that means I should still be able to get to it, right?
Yeah, it is less than 15 feet away. You can make it to it and attack with your sword.
All right, first I want to take my second wind, which gives me 9 hit points back. Then I'm going to go and attack it again. That's a 15 to hit and a 15 on damage, since I get a +2 bonus from my fighting style.
That hits and lands a nice blow. You do take 1 damage from the electricity again. Damn, I really am rolling terrible. I think that is the 4th one on the damage dice I have rolled tonight. Joden, you're up now.
It happens to us too. All right, I'll stand up and attack it with both my short swords again. That's a 13 and a 12 to hit, so both of those probably miss then?
Yeah, both of those ones miss. Sorry, Joden. For the elemental's turn, It is going to once again try to zap both Donatello and Joden. God damn it, that is a 12 to hit Donatello and a 13 to hit Joden. Both of those miss. Not that I'm trying to kill you guys or anything, but it was supposed to be a bit more challenging. All right, the elemental is then going to jump to another crystal. That does mean that Donatello and Joden will both get attacks of opportunity.
I got a natural 20, yeah, baby. This is turning up all Donatello now. That is 17 damage as well.
That's a 21 to hit and a 9 on the damage for me.
It is looking severely wounded as it enters the crystal. The sparks flying off are more intermittent and weaker now as well. Barak, your turn.
All right, I'll move up and cast Burning Hands.
It'll fail the dexterity check since it is inside the crystal right now.
That is... Damn, 16 damage.
The crystal explodes again, and the elemental begins flickering in and out of the material plane as its hold on this realm begins to slip. You will all need to make Constitution saving throws again to see if you are knocked prone and how much damage you take.
That is an 8 for me.
A 12 for me.
I got an 8 as well.
You will all take 11 damage from the lightning and be knocked prone.
Damn, I am nearly dead again. I'm at 2.
To quote from someone who loves America almost as much as me, I can do this all day.
I'm at 15. I might switch to my longbow now.
With that, it is back to Donatello's turn.
That is a 21 to hit and an 11 on damage. I can't believe I was forgetting about my dueling bonus. That would have added up the past couple of fights.
It is barely visible now. Slight arcs of electricity are still visible. A slightly stronger electric pulse echoes up your sword, Donatello, dealing 4 points of damage.
No problem, I can take that.
All right, for my turn, I'm going to back up across the room and shoot my longbow at it. That is a 26 to hit and a 10 on damage.
In its dying throes, there is another explosion of electricity as it vanishes from the material plane, completely banished from this realm of existence. Donatello and Obama will both need to make Constitution saving throws again.
That is an 8 for me.
A 17 for me.
Donatello, you take 8 points of electric damage and fall prone. Barak, you take 4 points.
I do fall unconscious then, but we killed it, right?
Yeah, you guys were able to kill it, so we can exit combat and they can heal you back up to 1 point.
I think it is time for a long rest now, guys. That was a close one. The 2 combats with no rests in between wasn't the greatest idea.
I could have fought another 1 or 2 of these easy. I'm not even worried. Does beating this level us up to 5, though?
Yeah, we will level up to level 5 now. Are you all taking a long rest in the cave?
Yeah, I am pretty tired and wounded, so that sounds good to me.
I'll keep first watch. I'm still in the best shape out of the 3 of us. Can I also gather up some of the crystals to take back to the guy's wife or whatever?
Yeah, we can do that. The long rest passes uneventfully. You will all heal up to full health and recover any used abilities or spells. Then we can also level up to level 5 right now as well. Let's start with Barak.
I don't think I get any class features for level 5, but I do unlock level 3 spells. I'll go ahead and learn Fireball and Lightning Bolt, and then prepare both of those. I unprepared Thunder Wave to make room for those.
Nice. You'll be able to start doing a lot of damage now. All right, Joden?
I think mainly I just also get an extra attack. I also learn a new spell, and I think I'm going to go with Summon Beast. We can get some stuff to help us out now, guys.
That's a good choice, I think. Finally, Donatello.
All that I get is extra attack and some more health. Pretty easy level up for all of us, I think.
Yeah, a big power spike for each of you, but not a lot of work to do. All right, you rest until the morning, which helps soothe your aching wounds and electric burns. What would you like to do now that morning has come?
Well, it does seem like Kieran was telling the truth this time. It wasn't a trap, really. He could have been expecting us to die by the lightning elemental, but I think his wife probably really is sick, and this crystal will help her.
Can I do an Arcana check on the crystals to see why they would help her, or maybe a Nature check to see if I've seen these crystals before?
I'll allow either or.
That is a 19 on my Nature check, then.
You haven't seen a crystal like this before. You can feel a magic pulsing from it, though, and have heard of certain magical crystals that can extract curses and store them in the crystal. Pretty naturalistic healing, but also pretty rare.
That is useful. Can we take some of the crystals to sell or something?
Yeah, crystals like this would probably sell for a good amount if you can find a buyer. The Academy at Neverwinter would be a good market for something like this, or maybe some of the healers in Waterdeep would want this as well.
Sweet, all right. How many usable crystals can we take then?
Let me see. Since you destroyed 2 of the crystals with the lightning elemental in them, that leaves 4 crystal clusters that you can harvest successfully.
I store them all in my pouch. Kieran better be willing to pay for this too.
Christ, Donald, the man's wife is dying. I do think that he should pay us for our services, but we shouldn't extort the guy.
I didn't say extort, just that we should be getting paid for our efforts, just like you said. And if not, well, I guess he doesn't want the crystals then.
Well, I guess we can go that way. It would be nice to actually get paid for something. Father Lucian still owes us healing potions from his lie and attempted assassination.
That's fair. All right, we head back over to Kiran with the crystals in hand now.
That seems like a good spot to end this session. A good combat, even though I didn't roll that great, and a task to start off on tomorrow. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yeah, it's getting to be bedtime for me.
I am surprised you didn't fall asleep at all during the session, Sleepy Joe.
I'm starting to see why people call you that, Joe. Were you just sleeping the whole time we were in office?
Just a good chunk of the time. I just like sleeping, okay?
I guess that's fair. I like sleeping too.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, to our viewers, if you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to help out the channel.
Until tomorrow, then. We will see you all next time. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Presidential D&D campaign, where AI-voiced U.S. presidents play Dungeons & Dragons with me, Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master.
Glad to be back, Ben. I'm ready to finally make some bank for all the things we have been doing.
Yes, today we will be heading back to Kiran to deliver the crystals to save his dying wife. Obama, would you mind giving us a recap on our last session before we get started?
Sure thing, Ben. All right, I think most of what happened last session was combat against the lightning elemental. We also took a long rest and leveled up to 5, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, I think combat took up most of the last session.
I don't even think I need to say it this time, but once again, I was the one who did the most. Barack was even knocked unconscious at the end there, and if it wasn't for me, probably would have died.
Well, if it wasn't for me, you would have died too, Donatello. I did quite a bit of damage.
You did like 4 damage total. I did probably well over 100.
Donald, you keep saying all of these things, but our last session is literally on YouTube. Our viewers would just have to click the link in the top corner to view the whole playlist if they missed anything. They know that the last fight was a pretty close one and one where we all did our parts.
This is cancel culture at its finest. I'm just going to rest my case knowing that the viewers are on my side.
Okay, well, I think we should probably get started. I don't see this going anywhere good. All right, you are on your way back to Kiran's mansion, and the trek passes uneventfully. It seems that the area around Loudwater is pretty safe for the most part. As you get closer to the city, you hear the cascading waterfall in the distance. You make it to Kiran's mansion. What do you want to do now?
I'll knock on the door to ask Stapes if Kiran is home.
The door creaks open, and Stapes welcomes you inside. Hello, my lords. The master is just upstairs with the lady. I was asked to escort you up there, hoping you arrived today. He leads the way upstairs, and under his breath says, the lady is not in good health. I am very grateful that you made such efforts to obtain the crystal speedily. You do have it, I presume?
Yeah, we got it. We should discuss some form of payment before we conclude our transaction, though.
Yes, of course. It is not my place to conduct such matters, but I am sure that the master will reward you generously for your efforts. He opens the door to a master bedroom, where you find Kiran sitting on a chair, holding the hand of the woman who was in the painting over the fireplace, Melanie DeLaver. He turns, and his grief-stricken face melts into a grateful one. Adventurers, please, tell me that you have returned with the crystal. He looks down at her. She is not doing well, I am afraid.
We do. After we give it to you, we should discuss the matter of payment as well. I don't mean to be insensitive, but it took great effort and mortal danger to procure these crystals.
Of course, do not worry. I shall see you well rewarded. May I have the crystals?
I think I took them, so I will give him one of the 4 clusters.
Thank you! Thank you! He grabs her hand and carefully pierces the skin using the crystal. You can see a black mist fill up the crystal, and Melanie immediately begins to gain color back to her skin. With a cry of relief, Kiran embraces her.
Glad that we could be of service.
Yes, we are happy to help out.
Kiran turns to face you all, wiping away the tears on his face. I am in your debt. Unfortunately, I also must be the bearer of bad news. However, give me a moment to prepare myself, and we can talk in the dining hall. Stapes can escort you down.
Before we go, what about payment for the crystals?
Yes, how much do you believe your efforts were worth? I was thinking about 75 gold coins, 25 for each of you. Does that sound sufficient?
Yes, Kiran, more than enough. Thank you for your generosity.
Very well then. Stapes, please collect the gold from the treasury and bring it to them after escorting them to the dining hall. Stapes escorts you down to the dining hall and then leaves you to go fetch the gold.
Once Stapes leaves, I just want to point out that isn't very much gold. I stole twice that from Thorn.
It isn't a small amount, though. It took us less than a day, and I believe that a solid worker can expect to earn 1 gold coin a day. That is valuing us at 25 times for less than a day's work.
That's a good way of looking at it, Joden. That was a small task, and he is willing to pay us 1/10 of what Thorn was going to pay us. I think we are probably going to at least break even helping the town protect the artifact.
Okay, I get it, fine. Hopefully we start making some real money soon, though. And after this, I think we should mend the bridge with Thorn. I think he would probably accept at least momentary use of the artifact. He shouldn't need much more than that, right?
I still don't trust him, but I don't think it could hurt to do that.
As you finish your conversation, the door opens, and both Kieran and Stapes enter the room, Stapes with 3 small leather pouches of gold.
Those are pretty small pouches, Kieran. You aren't cheating us, are you?
Kieran laughs, apparently taking your words as a joke. No, of course not. I can assure you that each of these contain 25 gold pieces. Now, as I said before, I must be the bearer of bad news. I went to talk to Father Lucian on your behalf. It did not go well. I don't think he will try to kill you again, but he does know that you are here for the amulet, and he is not happy about that. I believe that you are trying to help us now, but I don't have the power to actually challenge Father Lucian. Unless that changes, you won't be that welcome in the town, and nobody here will trust you. Which brings us to my current predicament. I feel bad that I must ask more of you after you have already saved my wife.
Well, like we said when we met, we are here to help.
And get paid, so keep that in mind for whatever you need us to do.
Of course. Now, I have told you that there was another adventuring party that came to town last week, and Father Lucian sent them on an errand. I need you to go find them.
Well, I think there is a good chance they are dead, right? I mean, Father Lucian already tried to kill us. It doesn't seem like he has many qualms about doing whatever he wants to do.
Agreed. This is the problem that I am currently facing. I don't have the political power to challenge Lucian, not since the incident with the bandits. Some of the townsfolk are still loyal to me, but the ineffectiveness of the guards in dealing with the bandits and the success of Lucian and his priests has many doubting my capabilities as the lord of the town. As such, I hope that you can find the adventurers, dead or alive, and bring them back. Seeing what Lucian has done will hopefully win back some favor to my side.
I don't know, Kieran. Getting involved in the middle of a political battle between you and Father Lucian doesn't sound like the best idea. We have enough politics in our lives already.
Well, I can offer triple your previous payment if you help me out. 75 gold pieces each this time.
Make it 100 and we will head out today.
Make a persuasion check.
That's a 17. I told you guys my charisma is unstoppable. Nobody can just say no to me.
Okay, you have a deal then.
Well, I guess that settles that then. All right, do you know where Father Lucian sent the other adventuring party?
There is a small outpost just south of here in the marsh of Chellenber, maybe a 2-day journey. Typically, they bring up fish and other supplies that aren't easily obtained in Loudwater once a week. However, they've missed the past 2 shipments. Father Lucian sent the other adventurers down to make sure that everything was okay and to bring up a shipment.
Wait, why did Father Lucian lie to us but give the other group an actual task?
Simple answer is that he didn't lie to you, not completely. There is a Myconid colony close by, and the priests do trade for healing potions there. It helps with worker injuries, and we use them to trade with the outpost I'm sending you to. It's more dangerous down there than in the land around Loudwater. However, the Myconid colony is to the northwest, not northeast.
Clever. That would have been a tough lie to pick up on, and a small enough one that he could chalk it up to an honest mistake if the townspeople asked. And I'm betting he would just deny sending the assassin and brand us as heretics.
I really hate this Father Lucian guy, but I gotta give him props. He did a good job with that.
That is what worries me the most. If he was able to set that up, and probably send the other party into a trap as well, what else has he done that I haven't noticed? Things have gone extremely well for Lucian over the past couple of years. How much of that is life and how much is unnatural coincidence?
He is one to keep an eye on then, for sure. All right, say that we trust you, which you haven't given us any reasons not to. I think we still have a few questions before we head out of town again, especially since this one will be for a longer time period.
Of course, I would assume nothing less. I will answer your questions to the best of my abilities. What is on your mind?
Why is your wife sick? According to the rumors that we heard, nobody in this town should get sick at all. You said she doesn't use the power of the amulet like the rest of the town. Why?
I was worried you would ask that. I hope you realize that what I am about to tell you could easily result in me being stoned by the priests. It is against the highest codes of the church to tell outsiders of the amulet. I got around that once with my wife, but that was only because Lucian and I were friends then. Not anymore, though.
So your wife is an outsider as well?
Yes, she was part of a nomadic tribe of druids that lived to the north of here. When I was younger and made a lot more trouble, I had accidentally set fire to a small grove. The druids almost killed me for that. She saved my life, though, and we met in secret for a time after that. Finally, her tribe was going to be moving on, but I asked her to marry me and stay in the town. She accepted, and so I told her of the amulet and what it could do for her. However, she did not want to pay the price.
So there is a catch. What's the deal with the amulet then?
Kieran looks hesitant but continues. The amulet of Saint Celine was a gift from Sanitas to the founder of the abbey here, Celine de Laver, one of my great ancestors. One of Lucian's as well. It had the power to cure sickness and extend life. Incredible. Celine hid the amulet, but our town began to grow as travelers heard of the magical healing powers of the abbey here. For a short time, it seemed like we would become a religious capital. Then we found out the truth. The amulet of Saint Celine carries a heavy price. It doesn't cure sickness, it delays it. As long as you are drinking water touched by the amulet consistently, you will be fine. But if you don't, then your sickness comes back in full force, it seems. Travelers who came to Loudwater to be healed were reported as dying almost immediately a week or two after being healed.
That sounds more like a curse than a blessing.
Agreed. It is a curse. But also, if you live here in Loudwater, then isn't that worth it? You don't have to worry about sickness. Your life is longer. But if you are a traveler, such as yourselves, then it can be deadly. Aging even a week in a single day is painful.
So the town still drinks the water, but it means they can't leave then?
Exactly. Once we discovered the truth, we got worried. We covered up and destroyed the roads leading here. We didn't want travelers to come, be healed for a short time, and then die a painful death.
So how does this come back to your wife? If she is here, why doesn't she just drink the water?
She views it as swearing fealty to Sanitas. Hell, all of the religious rites that have been made around the amulet imply or straight out say that. The priests are zealots about the water and its healing properties. Melanie doesn't want to do that. She says it is an affront to her free spirit to swear loyalty to a god that she thinks tricked the townspeople. Growing up, I thought she was crazy. Lately, I've been thinking she has a point.
I'm guessing this is what caused the rift between you and Lucian. You said you used to be friends.
That was the beginning of it. Then Melanie and I had our son Tarkin. We didn't want him to be confined to the town for his whole life. I pressed Lucian to fake the newborn rites of water, as well as the other ones as he grew up. He consented, but in his eyes, I think that is when I was finally branded as an apostate. That was the end of our friendship.
I'm sorry, it is tough to lose friends. For what it is worth, I think you made the right choice, though. Confining someone to the town for good seems cruel.
That is how Melanie and I both feel. I am sure there are others in the town who feel that way as well, but it is considered heresy to even suggest that. Anyways, I believe that answers your question about why my wife is sick. Did you have any other questions?
I don't think so. I think we should go talk to Thorn and explain the situation to him as well, though. I don't think he would want to take the artifact if it meant dooming the town to a painful death. Besides, he seems to know a fair bit of magic. Maybe he could have some ideas on a way to save the town then.
I don't trust Thorn enough to tell him the full story, especially when I get the feeling he isn't telling us the full story. I think we should just tell him that the amulet is also cursed and wouldn't work as a solution for his people.
I would appreciate you not telling him much. As I said, I could be stoned just for telling you 3, but I need you to trust me. I want this town to be okay, and with the rumors out, it isn't going to be unless we change what we are doing.
All right, I think that is probably everything we need to know for now. We should go talk to Thorn and then head down to the outpost to find those other adventurers.
Agreed. We are going to get rich off of this. If we can get Thorn back on our side, we stand to make a ton of money.
If we want to be back on Thorn's side, that is. Let's see if he tells us the full story this time. All right, Ben. We head over to the Blessed Waters. I think that is where Thorn is at still. I want to keep my eyes out for priests acting suspicious, though.
All right. On the way back to the Blessed Waters, you don't actually see any of the priests. You do find Thorn at the bar, however. I think that we should probably wrap up the session here, guys. Next session, we can talk to Thorn and then head out of town. That was a lot of exposition for one session, though.
Agreed. That was a lot of information. I'm feeling pretty tired.
Yeah, this was a good session. We learned what we actually came to town for. That amulet really sucks, though. Sanitas is a real dick for giving it to Celine without telling her the downsides.
Agreed. Like, not getting sick is pretty awesome, but what if the amulet actually was stolen? The whole town would just die. All of Sanidus's loyal followers would just be in one massive grave.
If they were still secluded, though, it wouldn't be as much of a threat. I do wonder how these rumors got out. We should ask Thorn how exactly he came to know of Loudwater, if we are able to get back on speaking terms with him.
That is a really good point, Joe. It sounds like they have been successfully hiding for a long time. How would rumors get out all of the sudden? Nobody can leave the town.
Holy shit. All right, I think that this is definitely metagaming, but I just realized that Kieran's son could leave the town. He didn't drink the water, so he could have left. We haven't seen him yet, and I think Stape said that he wasn't home. God damn! I am so smart. I figured out your whole plot, Ben.
That was some clever thinking, Donald. You guys could ask both Thorn and Kieran that next time you see them, which for Thorn at least will be next session.
That was fun. Thanks for having us, Ben. It is fun to actually begin to see what the deal is with this town.
Agreed. I might not remember it next time, but this was a good session. Well, as we go, just a reminder to all of our viewers that if you liked the video, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to help out the channel and catch our next episodes.
Thanks for joining and watching, everyone. See you all next time. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Presidential D&D Campaign, Episode 9. This is where AI-voiced U.S. presidents get together and play Dungeons & Dragons with me, Ben Shapiro, your Dungeon Master.
It's good to be back, Ben. I can't believe it's only been 9 days since our campaign started, and that our YouTube channel is growing so fast. It is truly amazing to see so many fans of the series.
It's not often, but I do agree wholeheartedly with Sleepy Joe here. It's been an awesome journey so far, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the channel unfolds.
Agreed. Thanks for having us, Ben. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys, and thanks to our viewers for making this all possible. We couldn't keep the channel going without you all. Now, to get started with our session, Donald, could you give us a recap on our last session?
Oh boy, here we go.
Shut up, Barack. All right, so last session we returned to Loudwater and met with Kiran. The crystals that I brought back saved his wife's life, and in my infinite generosity, I shared the reward with Barack and Joden. Now we are on our way to go see Thorn and make some more money.
I'm surprised that was actually almost pretty accurate.
Agreed. Only thing he got wrong is that we all had the crystals, and it wasn't Donatello's choice to split the reward. Kiran had already done that.
I had told Kiran to split it beforehand so that you guys wouldn't feel bad. I have to tread carefully, otherwise you both would have zero confidence in your characters.
Right, whatever you tell yourself, Donatello. All right, I do think that was everything, right, Ben?
That's right. You guys traveled back from defeating the lightning elemental and saved Kiran's wife from some sort of magical plague that she is affected by. Kiran also divulged the secret of the town, that the magical artifact is the amulet of Saint Celine, and that it carries a curse with it as well. If any of that sounds unfamiliar to our viewers, there is a chance you might have missed a previous episode. All the episodes of the campaign can be found in the playlist linked here.
So I have been thinking about this, guys, and I think that the only way this town is going to be okay is if they are open and honest with the outside world, especially now that people are thinking that they have some artifact that makes it so people don't get sick, but don't know that it is also a death sentence.
That's not a bad idea, Joe. The problem is that I think there would still be a lot of people who would come after the amulet, even if it would end up killing them. And if someone did steal it, the town would die. I think that we need to convince the townspeople to stop using the water, except for those who already have been drinking it, so that in a generation or two, the amulet no longer poses a threat.
And what about in the meantime, Barack? We don't know how far these rumors traveled, or how they got that far unless I'm right, and it was Kiran's son that ratted out the town. It could be destroyed in the next generation or two.
Well, I am not sure on the best course of action long-term, then. I think we can all agree that Father Lucian needs to go, though, so helping out Kieran is our best action at the moment.
I do think we should still go see Thorn and try to mend that bridge, though. We have enough enemies with the church and Father Lucian after us. I don't want to risk Thorn stabbing us in the back somehow or somewhere.
Agreed. Mostly because I think we can reforge a mutually beneficial agreement with him again and get paid. Then we'd have the town paying us and Thorn paying us too.
I don't know if Thorn is going to pay us, though. We can't really let him take the artifact.
But maybe he can take some of the water back, and they can set up some sort of supply chain. Loudwater sends them enough water for their people, and King Rex and Thorn pay them, and by addition us, for it.
Worth a shot, I suppose. All right, let's talk to Thorn then. Is he still at the bar, Ben?
Yeah, Thorn is still at the bar, downing a large tankard of mead.
Thorn, we should talk.
He turns to face you, anger beginning to bubble up on his face, but then disappearing. This mead is truly fantastic, guys. You should try some.
Have you just been drinking since you left?
Why not? I'm toast after this. King Rex isn't going to win. Probably that bastard Alcio Metis or that lunatic Cardina Artazas. Hell, after this failure, I wouldn't be surprised if that old hag Madame Eris won the war. It's hopeless. And here I was, trying to save my kingdom, helping out a comatose king who probably wishes he were dead. What's the point?
I only understood a small portion of that. I don't think now is the time to bring up the whole amulet thing, but also we are leaving town for at least 4 days. He will be gone by the time we get back.
Yeah, is he drunk, Ben?
Wasted. His words are slurred, he is slumping in his seat, and he only seems about half aware of what is going on.
He can't handle his liquor at all. How long was it between us talking to him at Kiran's house and finding him here?
Probably a good 3 or 4 hours. It is starting to be a bit later in the day.
Shit. We told Kiran that we would leave today if he upped it to 100 gold each. All right. I think we should get Thorn up to his bed and then maybe leave a note for him for when he sobers up.
Good idea, Donald. All right, Ben. We help him up to the rooms and write a note explaining that we actually do want to help him after all, but that we are gone for a few days. I don't think we should include any sensitive information about the artifact, though. It wouldn't be good if the townspeople found out that we know.
All right. After writing the note for Thorn and leaving him in his room, you are ready to head out of town. Kiran did say that it would be a good 2 days' journey down to the outpost, so you will be on the road for a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, once night falls and it is unsafe to continue, we can set up camp.
You set up camp just before the marsh really starts, and it takes a little bit over an hour to set up the tents and get the fire going. The night passes uneventfully, though I am assuming that you had a watch set up.
Yeah, we had one set up. Nothing happens that night, though?
Nope, nothing really happens. As you begin traveling the next day, you enter the actual marsh of Chilimber. The air becomes thicker, and a swampy smell permeates the small road you are traveling on. Deep pools of murky water surround you, with moss-covered trees rising out of the depths. Mist hangs low, not yet banished by the heat of the day.
Yeah, something tells me this is going to go poorly. This is zombie weather for sure, and we are in a swamp.
I confidently lead the group. Don't worry, Joden. If something happens, I'll handle it. You guys can just hang back and do whatever you want to do.
You can hear wildlife in the distance, crows squawking and frogs croaking. However, nothing comes up to the road, and the trek is rather peaceful. Time passes quickly on the road, and soon enough it is about midday when you come across a wagon wheel in the path, on its side, nobody to be seen in the area.
You said nobody to be seen, Ben. Can we see any creatures or anything instead?
Roll a perception check.
That's a 21.
Nice! Almost before it is too late, you see a large tentacle snap out at you from the pool to the left side of the road. All right, let's roll for initiative.
All we saw was a tentacle, though, right? We haven't seen what it is yet?
That's right.
Okay, no matter. I'll kill it on my turn. That's a 9 for my initiative. This is bullshit. That would have been a 4 if it wasn't for my alert feat. I should be going first.
I rolled a 12, not bad.
A 17 for me. I guess I get to go first then?
Yeah, I got a 14 for the creature. You're up then, Joden.
Everyone knows this is bullshit, though, right? I mean, how could I be going last? I am a trained fighter. I should have already dealt a blow before anyone else realized there was something attacking us.
Not this time. Guess it was Sleepy Donatello instead of Sleepy Joe. For my turn, I'm going to launch an arrow into the pool where the tentacle came from.
All right, you aim your longbow and take a shot.
That's an unnatural 20 to hit and 11 damage. Do we see what we are attacking now?
The water thrashes about, causing waves of muddy water to wash over your feet, and you see a large creature standing on 3 legs with 2 tentacles on its back as well.
Sweet, all right, I'm going to shoot at it again. That's a 22 to hit, but only 5 damage this time. Quite a bit unluckier this time around.
Your second arrow slices its side, and it lets out a low growl. All right, for its turn, it is going to swing a tentacle at Joden, and then another tentacle at Donatello. That's a 23 to hit Joden and a 10 to hit Donatello, so only Joden is going to get hit by that. You take 11 bludgeoning damage and 3 piercing damage as you see small, jagged teeth jutting along the tentacle where it grabbed you. It attempts to grapple you, but you are able to escape its grasp. It does, however, grab your bow and rip it out of your hands, tossing it into the swamp.
It stole my longbow?
Yeah, still a chance you can get it back, but it'll involve swimming in the swamp. All right, finally it is going to try to bite Joden as well. That's a 24 to hit for 5 damage, and you will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 19.
All right, you are able to resist and overcome the poison from the bite. Barak's turn.
Hurry up already, Barak. I need to kill this thing.
Chill for just a second, Donatello. All right, so I want to cast Lightning Bolt since it is too close to all of us for Fireball. Is there still water on the ground around our feet, though? That would probably mean I can't cast Lightning Bolt.
The water did wash over your feet, so there is a good chance of bad stuff happening if you use that.
Damn, all right, back to Scorching Ray then. First one is a 24 to hit and 6 damage.
That hits. Second ray?
16 to hit and 7 damage.
That hits as well. Final one?
16 to hit again and 10 damage this time.
Nice. I don't think you've been able to hit all 3 before. That was pretty good.
Yeah, typically I miss at least one. Feels good, man.
All right, my turn now. Time to show this thing who's the boss. Damn, that's a natural one. This is bullshit.
At least you get a second attack now.
True. All right, I swing at it again. That's an 11 to hit and 12 damage. Damn, these rolls are garbage.
Sorry, Donatello, that one misses. You need at least a 14.
This is such horseshit. How could I miss it? It is a huge creature with tentacles flying around, and I am a trained fighter who swung and missed twice with a longsword. That makes no logical sense.
Well, not hitting above the armor class doesn't necessarily mean that you missed. For example, here we could say that the first blow was thrown off by a tentacle, and as you swung around for the second blow, you stumbled a bit, and your sword glanced off of its natural armor.
Still, I did 0 damage. All right, I want to action surge. I better hit it this time. It's about damn time. All right, that's a 22 to hit and 7 damage. Do I still get to attack again?
Yeah, so every time you take the attack action, you get 2 swings. Action Surge gives you an additional action, so if you use that to attack, you get 2 swings now.
Second swing is 16 and only 6 damage. Bullshit, I rolled a 1 on the damage die, and my first attack I rolled a 2 on the damage die.
That sucks, man. Sorry. Still, you did hit it twice, which counts for something.
Yeah, whatever. All right, let's keep this going so we can get to my turn again. Joden's up now?
Yep, we moved to the top of the round, so Joden is up.
All right, well, I don't have my bow anymore since this thing is extremely rude, but I am going to pull out my 2 short swords and attack it. How does this work with 2-weapon fighting?
So your extra attack allows you to attack twice, and 2-weapon fighting allows you to make a bonus attack for your bonus action. So I believe you get to make 3 attacks, but only add your damage modifier to the first 2.
Good enough. First swing is a natural 20. Hell yeah. All right, that will be 12 damage on that one then.
Nice.
This is bullshit. I am much more skilled with a sword and you get the critical hit? Whatever, this is rigged.
Shut up, Donatello. All right, second attack is a 24 to hit and 6 damage for that one.
Nice. It is looking wounded and a bit wild, thrashing about, splashing murky and disgusting water all over the place. Finally, your bonus attack for 2-weapon fighting?
Damn, only a 13. That was really close. I needed a 14, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, it is the monster's turn now. The 2 tentacles are going to swing around and attack Donatello and Barak. Oh my god, this is the greatest day of my life. That was 2 natural 20s.
Damn, we're screwed.
That is 22 bludgeoning damage and 6 piercing damage to both of you.
God damn, I'm down to 4 health off of that one hit. I need to rest after this, guys.
I'm still at about half. I'm not worried. All right, Obama's turn and then my turn?
Sorry, it is then going to lunge and bite Joden as well. That is a 23 to hit for 6 damage, and you will have to make a Constitution saving throw again, Joden.
Damn, only a 7. Things are not going so well for us this time, guys.
Yeah, I think that you used up all your luck during the fight with the lightning elemental. I thought this would be an easier battle, but I'm rolling great, and you guys aren't rolling that hot. Joden, you will become poisoned. At the beginning of your turn, and each day until you succeed, you take 1d6 poison damage and can then try the saving throw again. All right, it is Barak's turn now.
All right, how big is this creature, Ben?
It's a large creature, so it is taking up a space about 10 feet by 10 feet.
Would it be possible for me to cast Fireball about 8 feet off to the side? Far enough away it wouldn't hit us, but it would be caught in the blast?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Dexterity saving throw for me then?
Yep, you need a 15.
Looks like my luck might be running out. I only got a 3.
Sweet, all right, so that will be 8d6 damage. 33 damage, damn, I love this spell.
That is going to do it for the Otyu then. The massive fireball explosion lights some of the nearby trees on fire and scorches the side of the monster really bad as it collapses on its side. It makes a motion to try to get to its feet, then falls again, succumbing to the emptiness of death.
That fight was really shitty on my end, guys. For once, I barely did anything in combat. Most of the time, I have to carry you all on my shoulders.
I think this proves that you need us too, Donatello.
Don't be getting too full of yourself, Sleepy Joe. I just rolled bad, okay? Any normal day, I could crush you both still.
I definitely don't think that is true anymore. Fireball or Lightning Bolt would both annihilate you, Donatello.
Fake news. I would easily destroy both of you. You only have like 2 total health, Barack, and Joden is playing the weakest class in the game.
Whatever, Donatello. We would wreck you. You don't stand a chance against the both of us. Anyways, we should decide our next steps. I think we will need to end the session soon. It's getting hard to keep my eyes open.
Yeah, this does seem like a good spot to end the session for today.
Okay, for next time, we can't forget about Joden's bow and the wagon wheel that was in the middle of the road, right, Ben? Was there anything else?
Off to the other side of the road, away from where the Otyugh came from. Now that the fireball burned away the mist, you can see a half-submerged wagon, extremely damaged. The wood is waterlogged, but it isn't moss-ridden yet, so it hasn't been here for too long. You see a small trail of wreckage leading further into the swamp as well. That's where we will pick up next time.
We should just drain the swamp and move that way. It'd be better than wading through this mess.
Christ, Donald, this again? All right, Ben, that sounds good. We can pick it up here.
Before we leave, if you made it this far and liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.
Thanks for joining, everyone. We will see you all tomorrow. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Hopefully that was enough Dungeons and Dragons for everyone. We will probably do this once per act, every 9 episodes or so. Thank you for watching, and if you stayed this long, please like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all of our videos. Thanks again. We will see you all tomorrow.